I have an email. I have an email. Bum bum. Bing bing. Mm-mm-mm. Aha. La 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 la. La 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 la. Dee dee dee. Ba bum bum bum. Bum be ding. Ding ding ding. Pop. Pop by if you feel like it, love. No pressure. Yay. And link. Paste. Sent. Sent. Oh my goodness. Welcome to In Hot Water, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I don't know why Eugene chose that video. It's cute. Bing, bing, bing. Da-da, da-dee. We all, you know, they say it's a sign of intelligence if you talk to yourself. So I'm a genius. It's In Hot Water. Are we excited? Jake and Louie are coming. We have Eugene, of course. He's right here. He's almost ready. He's wearing a headband. He isn't named Freddie. That's Eugene.
Hey, everybody.
That's Eugene.
Oh, my God. Put that there. Put that there. Oh, my God. Happy what the fuck day? Is it Tuesday? I got to tell you, what a fun show yesterday. What a great week we got going on. Shout out to our boy, Larry Bay, who took the time. Shout out to Nick Ricciardo, who came by yesterday. Shout out to how much fun. I'm sorry, I have not caring. Reading. I'm going to zoom in one click on this. Thank you for your patience. Jake and Louie will be here any moment. By the way, they of course are the stars of the show. I don't rush them. I let them come as they please. But shout out to how much fun it is not caring about any of the responses in Twitter, which again, I'm sorry that I live in reality. I'm sorry that people say and do things on Twitter for clicks. And I'm sorry that you think that all these people think when I put a tweet out about Nick Ricciardo getting arrested and saying, you know, and comparing it to me and Keanu having to show up in court, I'm sorry that you don't get what I'm saying. Okay, Geno was right. Nick is a piece of shit. There's no getting out of Nick being a piece of shit. April's a fucking money-grubbing cunt whore who fucking lied about fucking physical abuse to betray someone who actually was. And where is she now? Living in a flop house, hoping to get some cock from a fucking guy that should have been a cult leader. And Kayla fucking literally, for money, sacrificed the dignity and privacy of her 5 fucking children, which she'd already fucked. Okay? And I've said this constantly. So when I loved it to get, there you go. When Keanu, can you actually get that for 1 sec? So when I sit there and say Geno was right, I was. When I said me and Keanu weren't going to have to go anywhere, I was right. Yeah, but Aaron's a different case. It is a different case. It's the case that I said was a nothing burger. It's the case that I said was not revenge porn. And of course, he took a plea deal that fucking, I don't know what the charge is, but in reality, it's a nothing burger, okay? And you can sit there and be like, yeah, but Nick's case was completely different. It was. But Nick literally thought he could discredit Aaron because he's so delusional. The same delusional guy that thought he could discredit Aaron is the delusional guy that thought he could get away with all these crimes, and now he's going to jail. So you could say, Geno, no, I was right about everything I said. They're all pieces of shit. April's a fucking materialistic cunt who's where she deserves. And I told everyone, you know, you're not doing her any favors being nicer. And so it's not my fault. Because I've called her a cunt for going on a year now, and she didn't listen. She's like, I'm not a cunt. All these people said I'm not a cunt. You're a stupid cunt.
Oh, boy, do I say that a lot.
I know you do, and we'll get you a whiskey. And you know, just have one right from the bottle. Have one right from the... And when I say, oh, God, I love this. Oh. And when I say fucking Aaron fucked up, but he admitted it, no matter how goofily he did that pissed me off, and he was on his way back, kids back now, okay? When I say Kayla might be the biggest cunt in a whole different way for literally being the woman that squeezed out 5 kids and saying, well, it's more important to pretend that this is revenge porn so we can discredit a man that I already fucked just to do my husband's bidding so we can fuck this other chick who, by the way, my husband is still fucking despite my pleas not to. Now, fuck my kids. I'd rather try and win back my husband who fucked me over. So I was right about that. So you can tweet all you want, Geno's stupid. But let me tell you, then ignorance is fucking bliss. And all you fucking losers have are the clicks. You need the clicks. You need the clicks to be like, oh my, you can justify all you want, pretty anti-social pod, but you're stupid cunts who are like, yeah, but that's not what I said. You can do it all you want, but daddy told you Keanu, as much as you like to push back sometimes, was I not right about every single thing? Watch, you know what? I didn't even need to ask you. Nick, was I not right in the end about every... I didn't even see it there, buddy. I'm sorry.
I got scared.
Nick, by the way, Nick, how rude of me. Watch this. There's no way
I can't have that on camera. I cannot...
Oh,
well, let me just... Well, if no one's watching...
No one's watching, Nick. Wait, hold on.
I love it. I love it.
All right, you're done.
Hope,
It's a little bit we worked on. By the way, what fun is it shitting on these people without someone to shit on me because he knows nothing about it, ladies and gentlemen? My good friend Louie, and he brought Jake with him. Jake and Louie, everyone! Fucking kid is... Let me see. Sit down. Make sure.
I was just thinking, what fucking unverifiable bridge Bernie shit am I walking into?
Oh, no. It's absolutely... Like, you have no idea what we're talking about because we're talking about... Like, remember when you went to Skankfest a couple months ago and you absolutely blew up?
I wouldn't say that, but it was an amazing time. I'm appreciative. It was great. I hope to go next year. That fucking chance.
Hi, Jake. Hi, Louie.
Hi, Keanu. When is this going to turn into a true crime episode where you get fucking fed up? We didn't even have to ask what fucking number it was. We just followed the yelling.
Can I get you another?
Keanu is drooling in the corner. She's trying to shine the fucking guy here to save her.
Don't say shine that loud in this neighborhood. Hey, Louie, what do you think of all these vapes your buddy Jake does?
I hope he gets cancer soon. I'm fucking tired of his shitty jokes. By the way, can I just start with something?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. I just want to say, justice for Carmelo Anthony.
I was saying this on stage the other day. It got no laughs because I'm just screaming I'm like, why am I trying to make money doing stand-up? I should just murder 2 people. Their Give, Send, Goes or GoFundMes are up over... It's like 400, over 400,000. Luigi's over 1 million. No. Carmelo, justice for Carmelo. I feel you, Louie.
Absolutely. He knew that a big, scary white man was coming up to him, and he had to defend himself, or he knew his only option was to become a slave again. That's how it works, right?
That's exactly the logic. And then it's over 500,000 last I saw. And it's like, well, we had to move into this place for our protection. All right. Even if I give you that,
it's bad.
He's a murderer.
Yeah,
he showed up at I was watching a clip of some guy on Alex Stein.
Yeah.
Alex Stein. And by the way, that reminds me of something else I was right about, and I'll get to later when I tell you Dino Badaya is a fucking talentless fucking grifter. But I watched this. You're not going to believe this. I watched this very conservative YouTube channel.
Oh, really? Did you annoy everybody about it afterwards? Like you came up with the fucking ideas that you just heard? Hey, Keanu, you'll never guess this. She's swiping fucking Tinder.
You just hit the ground running, kiddo, don't you? I watch it. It's very conservative. It's called The Liberal Hive Mind. And the guy that runs it, you don't see his face, but he literally was he was a liberal, like our friend Katie. I always get Katie Smith, right? She worked for W. Kamau Bell. He was a liberal, and he got so sick of it. You know what I mean?
I've seen Jitsi Crusader too.
He got so sick of it, he's on the left now. But they were showing the video, and on that show, he showed a clip of Alex Stein with some black fucking comic on.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean black comic. With the chain and everything. And he said this kid committed murder. Like a black guy's like, this kid committed murder. Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I do that so we can see you better, you handsome motherfucker?
I don't know how far away it needs to be.
No, this is good. In fact, why don't I do this? Is that good?
Testing.
Wait, I mean,
Is that okay?
It's fine. It's you know what? It's
You're fucking everything up.
I just
That's
like
good,
seeing
like that.
Louie.
There you
Can
go.
you fault me? But the guy said he showed up at a fucking school function track meet with a knife. Okay, if you feel threatened, you go to the teacher. If you feel threatened in any way before you show up at a school event, you reach out to the teacher. He's just sitting under a tent with a fucking knife.
Even in itself, inconsequential. Listen, I get it. You're a teenager. You got some angst in you. You want to woo. He's celebrating almost 3 years of sobriety. I'm not celebrating nothing. He's no fucking fun anymore. Listen, I'll give you. Listen, you're a teenager. You want to carry a knife, and it's in your pocket. Whatever. Okay. You know
Really?
what? You know what? I remember.
It was in his
Like,
bag.
I mean-
But you know that. You're saying,
yeah.
Forgive me,
Listen,
I'm sorry.
let's not distract from the fact that he took it out and he stabbed somebody. Because listen,
Right.
even
In the
if,
heart.
yeah, even if Austin, there was. Does it confirm that he was like shoving him when they had a problem? Regardless, they should fight. If anything, that's horrifying.
Right.
Isn't that cute? They switched your heads. I sent you that thumbnail, right? Shout out to Concrete Pete for the thumbnail I'm showing him right now. I fucking love it. But yeah, it's literally the kid just showed up with a knife in a bag, and he's like, "You put your hands on me, I'll show you. I'll give you what."
No,
for
he
or
was
something."
sitting there, wasn't he? And then the other guy said, "Get out of our tent."
He said, "Get out of our chair."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Put your hands on me." I guarantee everyone in the chat knows. He said, "Put your hands on me and see what happens."
Yeah, and regardless, the problem was taking it out.
Yeah.
Having it, whatever, taking it out and stabbing somebody with it.
That's not right.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of horseshit. So that's what I was saying. It's like, just start a GoFundMe, and you'll make literally Luigi Mangioni's over $1 million.
Well, how much of that is he going to see?
Well, it all goes towards legal fees. Like, I'm telling you, this kid, what did I get? This Carmelo, he's going to jail. He murdered someone.
Yeah.
So
Like,
did Luigi.
Yeah, thank you, baby. So did Luigi. But Luigi,
How hot is Carmelo? Because Luigi has pretty privilege. That's why he gets. That's why.
bring him
people
up.
are-
Bring him up, and I'll tell you two things. Luigi is,
And I'm not defending either.
no, but look, I'll defend both. Luigi's gorgeous because he has piercing eyes. Fucking what's his name? Carmelo Anthony. He's a good-looking kid, but he's got dead eyes.
He does.
I'm telling you, Keanu, bring up Carmelo
I'm
Anthony.
looking.
I see the fucking basketball player of the
Not put murderer.
all I see is a basketball player.
Carmelo Anthony
Yeah.
dash
It's
murderer.
this one.
Yeah, put Carmelo Anthony killed white kid, not killed white kid's playoff bet or something.
That's a worse asterisk than steroids, I think.
Well, let me find it something other.
Oh
than
my
his
God! While
mugshot.
you're doing that, look who's here. Oh, hi, not fake Kiki. Hi, not fake.
Oh
Kiki.
my God.
Hi, Kiki. I missed you. I missed you, baby.
That's not.
Hi, baby.
Ow!
How you doing?
That's not her.
Hi, baby.
And you know it in your mind.
Where's she been?
This is bullshit.
By the way, do you see that? Look, that.
Hi, Jake. Hi, Louie. I'm Geno's in the thoughts.
Oh, that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he has a puppet too, and is just as talented as you.
It's the funny me. It's the funny me. What do you think of that? You could have a conversation.
I feel like this is all just stalling so you cannot hear how hot she thinks Carmelo Anthony
Yeah.
is.
I said he's hot. Let's see.
Oh, I'm trying to find a picture of him that's not just his mugshot. Okay.
Well, but that should be when you shine.
Yeah.
You should know how to shine in your mugshot.
That shine in his mugshot looks good. What did you say?
It's the shine in his mugshot we all got a problem
You
with.
should know they're going to show that shine in a mugshot. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you back. You look great. I mean,
I hope so.
dumb
Thank
dick
you.
jokes aside, and in hot water, we don't interview or we just bullshit. And that's I sound like I'm trying to sound really cool when I'm just lazy and I want to hang out with my friends. But you look great, killing it.
And I love how you text me, when are you stopping by, buddy? As if this isn't an hour and 15 minutes out of every direction I normally travel.
Is it really?
I don't go anywhere north
we're in
of
Manhattan.
42nd. I don't go anywhere north of 42nd Street.
Why?
I just don't do it.
No,
There's no reason.
when I lived in Brooklyn, Carol Groves and everything. Yeah, like I used to do stand up on New York on 78th and Broadway.
Ugh, even that.
That was it. That was it.
I got a show on 72nd Street, and they might as well be fucking Yonkers to me now.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but okay, here we go.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have the charm that Luigi does.
Luigi isn't charming. He's also a murderer. But
he's not a bad looking. He's a good looking kid, but he's just got
good bone structure.
Yeah, he's got dead eyes. I'm sorry.
His eyes are
he's
too
upset.
small.
He just stabbed someone.
He's not upset. After it happened, he stood around. He's like, I'm just going to plead self-defense. He was all ready.
Well, at first he said,
this is more of the shit. First he said what?
At first he said when the cops came and got him, they're like self-defense. But then when they radioed in the stabbed suspect, he was like, "No, I did it." He said, "Like, no, I did it." So, there's no way
They're
around
both mentally ill, Luigi and this kid, obviously.
But
so.
in their defense,
Whoa.
they're victims of. This is what goes on. I was saying this before you got here. I was shitting on the Dabbleverse because I'm showing clips of like when I don't know. You don't know this, but we got involved in a revenge porn case.
Oh, I've heard something on Twitter.
Yeah.
When I unfortunately tap on it.
Yeah.
I saw some. Yeah.
And
we
like,
didn't really.
And let's say, and by the way, credit to the Dabbleverse because it gets clicks and all that stuff. And it was made for the Dabbleverse because this guy, a friend of ours, sent me a picture of a woman, right? Of a woman, a naked woman that he was fucking. But let me put it more succinctly. Pretend I'm. It's so hard to explain unless he was wife swapping. Okay, this guy Aaron and his wife April, their marriage was rocking to begin with, but for clicks they started hanging out with this guy Nick Ricaid and his wife. Okay,
and they were swapping wives.
And you were talking about this the last time I was here.
Yeah, because it just went through the courts, and everything that I've been saying since way before the last time you were here, and all the way.
I'm just listening to this triad of misery that you're a part of.
I missed you so much.
I can't say the same thing.
Is it? I don't even know which one of you said that. At any rate, but imagine.
No, Bob Vanderbilt, sorry.
Stop talking, woman.
Sorry. Bob, I meant Luigi and the other guy were mentally ill. No, I don't know anything of the kid who was
shut
killed.
Shut the fuck up, Bob.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention. Stop
I
booting
just
in the
wanted to
in the
make
upper
sure that
right-hand
was
corner.
clear. Nothing against you, Bob. I'm just letting you know.
By the way, I've got to find the here it is. The purple helmet's returned to its place. It's right there.
Bob, you don't know shit about dick.
So as I was saying, this is, and this ties into the Carmelo Anthony, into the Luigi. Like people live online and things seem normal that are completely not normal because when you put people in boxes, like talking about it becomes just, you think you're living it and you're not. So Aaron and his wife started wife swapping with this guy and his wife basically for views. Imagine fucking we had millions of views. You'd want to do our show all the time. Well, if this guy so this woman was fucking Aaron. And they all knew they were fucking each other. He was doing it, so she was doing it so this guy could fuck Aaron's wife because she's so fucking such a sellout. And at one point, she just posed her picture for him.
So it would be like this. Imagine Geno is Aaron, right? And
hi, I'm Aaron.
Aaron's doing his
Hi, I'm Aaron. Go.
And then
go.
I am completely nude, and I go like this on the side where the camera can't see it. And then he takes a picture of
posing.
Me like this.
Posing while, right, and posing while you know the other people are fucking and stuff.
Maybe
right?
he'd get us here more than fucking once a year then. He doesn't drink. He can't author fucking nothing anymore.
Hold on 1 minute. I keep forgetting. Louie's here.
I know.
He's so funny.
Get back in there.
Thanks with him.
Go talk to him.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
What a bunch of weird people. What a strange cast of people.
Well, let me tell you something else that you get. Okay, and this one. Like, this is the other. What, baby?
Or just finish this quickly, so he understands.
I'll get to it when I get to it. This is how I do the show. I love when people like Geno never gets to the point.
And also, I love how you feel like I've never heard of wife swapping. Like you're like, it's so complicated. No, people.
No, but it's complicated because I didn't want to go back to it goes on and on. But yeah, you're right. But okay, first of all, like it's great having you here. Like this is more of what I'm saying. Like people that live in boxes don't get it. Like we loved having you come to the studio. There's a reason I didn't say, hey, I have a show, but I'm like, you got to come by. I'm like, you got to come by again. You know, so we can hang out in real life, which people forget. So for them I walked Louie. So for them, I can move that table over here for you. In fact, I will. So for them, people to act like, so they act like this is revenge porn, meaning poor Kayla's a victim, you know, poor Kayla's a victim because she had no idea what was going on. When Kayla literally, we talked about this, Kayla literally probably wanted nothing to do with it. She's like, well, if it's a chance to discredit Aaron, then I'll say my naked picture is shared despite having 5 kids and dragging them into it. And it's how people act like shit. And all I said from the get-go was nothing is going to come of it. You know, nothing. We're not going to have to go testify. They wanted us to fly to Minnesota to testify against. They were like, none of it. And all the shit that goes on, it translates well on YouTube and stuff. for drama and stuff, but it's not real life. So you get these idiots like Carmelo Anthony. It's like, yeah, I know the struggle. I see how all these fucking people, these I'm just gonna say people, even though they're not, sit there and talk about, fucking, the whites are holding the blacks down and we need reparations and they believe that shit. They believe it because they're seeing it on these stilted fucking videos, not unlike the liberal hive mind I watch. And they're like, yeah, I'm doing the Lord's work. And the left just sits there and backs up Luigi and says, and literally have you seen they're comparing Carmelo Anthony to fucking Kyle Rittenhouse?
Oh, I've seen all the things that there's. I mean, yeah, there a lot of people are behind him and they shouldn't be.
Yeah. What do you need now? Oh, you could blow the vape anywhere. She's smoking some cookies.
It's camera courtesy.
Oh,
Please.
please.
Courtesy
I'm
in
about
this
to smoke
place?
a cigarette.
You're doing
Smoke away.
atmosphere?
Fine, yeah.
Look at that. That's nice.
So that's
It's listen. I get. Also, are you against Luigi? Is this your thing? You don't like Luigi?
no. It's not that I don't like Luigi. I think play it out in the courts, but everyone's like, oh, he's a hero. He's not a hero. He murdered a guy. But if I don't know what his stance is, but if he says you guys are robbing us, the medical profession is like robbing us. They're not killing us.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Health insurance is robbing us. Dr. Fauci is killing us. Do I think he should have shot Dr. Fauci instead? And I have a different stance. I'm not going to say yes, but my answer would be yes.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Boy, oh boy, did I wish Luigi got. I wish he shot Dr. Fauci dead, and I wish he did it over and over and over again.
And Fauci's
That's what I
another one. He
think
goes
for
on,
me.
he's like, he plays the victim, and dumb people go, oh, he is a victim. He's like, my life has been threatened. You killed people. And this is the world we live in now, and I'll tie it all the way back to the Dabbleverse. Like we just want clicks. Of course we're going to talk about revenge porn and how Geno and Keanu did this, and they're just sitting there trying to get numbers.
You're the fucking worst conspiracy theorist ever. All your conspiracies, they don't even go to the Jews. It's all to the fucking Dabbleverse.
Oh,
I did Jew jokes in my stream, in my other stream today. I'm doing some stuff for a
Louie.
company over in Midtown, and it's two Asian guys, and I'm like, and I was selling a juicer, and I'm like, and I was doing all my jokes when we're off air. I'm like, can I do my favorite jokes? Usually, I get my juices at a place called The Juice Invented the Holocaust.
Juicer? You can't call him a sir. You just insulted him.
Sir Jew, I should have said. Oh, that's good. That's good. Juicer, that's what it says on his birth certificate. Sir Jew. Sir, comma Jew.
oh, that was good.
Wasn't
I
that
killed that
Wasn't
one.
that
You're both wrong.
Oh,
At any rate, that's all of this shit from the Dabbleverse, ready for this, up to Luigi Mangione and Carmelo Anthony and Fauci. It's all the result of stupid people just like having the tunnel vision. Like, yeah, they've gotten away from hanging out in real life. They're just fucking chatting. You know what I mean? Like, I was at a yesterday. I was hanging out. There's a cigar place, a little hole in the wall bodega. Then we'll get to the super chat. A little hole in the wall bodega, right? On 116th. And like there was this black guy there playing that car. He's like, it's like this older black dude. He's like, you know what language? He's like, he fucks up with his English. And he's like, well, that's because I speak, and he's lying. He's like, that's because I speak African. They made me speak this language, and I go, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. I'm like, go back to Africa.
I mean, they did make him speak the language, but
they
that
didn't
doesn't mean
make
he can't learn
him.
it.
Okay, when my parents came over from Italy, they spoke. My grandparents, they spoke Italian. And they didn't sit there and be like, we're in America now, so we're going to speak whatever language you want. No, they're like, learn fucking English. Okay?
No, but he's black. Broad strokes. Broad strokes of they made him speak the language. But yeah, he can. He has the power.
Broad strokes is what his grandfather used when he rode over here.
oh, that was a good one.
Come on.
You couldn't trust him to fucking go that far.
Louis,
Oh, north of a lake and they're fucking done, sir. Why do you think they didn't get here before us? They dipped their toe in and said, no, too cold.
They dipped their toe into the river of iniquity.
But there's nothing keeping this guy from spitting in a tube and pointing on a map and then learning the dominant language of that place. Like, there's nothing stopping him from doing that. It's the not doing anything and complaining.
But you're not allowed to say in 2025, you guys made me learn. Go home. Go home.
Yeah, there's laws of return.
Go home.
There are
all
laws
that, like
of return.
Rosie O'Donnell went back to. Did you see this dumb cunt on TikTok? Not April. Not Kayla. Not the pretty antisocial cunts. This dumb cunt is like, well, Trump was elected, so I got out and I moved. And she's like,
Are
I
you
moved
watching
to Poland.
TikToks now?
whatever it was. I say TikTok
Reel.
because I hang out with those kids now. But it's like the Instagram. She's like, I got out, I moved, and she's like to Poland. It's the safest city in the world, country in the world. Blah blah. Yes, because they don't let anyone in. They don't let illegal immigrants in. They fucking arrest everyone. They put you in jail for fucking doing anything. And she's like, yeah. It's like it's more racist than this country would ever be in a good way.
They decided not to participate in Agenda 2030. Yeah.
Which is
Geno.
The what of
You
2030?
can't be
I thought it
this
was-
guy.
I
that
thought it was a
yells and rants and raves about the global new world order without knowing about Agenda 2030.
I thought it was Agenda 2025.
That was that bullshit that they taught with the fucking.
There's a new one.
What is this for?
There's Harvey Milk.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, I haven't seen that. I would like to see that. But anyway, all right. So back in 2015, the UN ratified something called Agenda 2030, which was a plan that by 2030, the world would be more, the keyword sustainable, ethical.
What year?
2015. That's when it got.
When
Jamie.
When Obama was in office? Because they're blaming it all on Trump.
Well, yeah, I mean, when Obama was in office, but it was a UN decision. It was heavily funded by George Soros.
Tell me what it is, and I'll Google it. And will I get put on a watch list?
No, you can go to the UN's website, and they have it broken down. Like it's not like
what's
this.
It called?
Agenda 2030.
Aren't we leaving
UN.
the UN, Jake? Aren't we done with that? No, NATO. We're leaving NATO, right?
I mean, does it matter at this point? We're fucking finished, Geno. China bought a pen in the canal, and it's somehow the better option than BlackRock. It's over, Geno. The Renaissance is ending.
You are the conspiracy theorist guy. I'm just a guy hanging out, having a drink with my friends in the apartment. That's all. I'm getting back. Let me tell you, I'm getting back to not giving a fuck.
Let's see the language that they use. It's like, what is the fucking shit?
Okay, well, basically it says, this is the AI overview, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development.
Can you share it on the screen, baby?
This is just
I'd love if you did.
She's scared. She's lurking for somebody.
All right, what do we got?
Well, this is the AI, and unless you want
Gemini,
to read
yeah.
the thing,
Can I read it?
Yeah,
The
read it.
2030 agenda, since I need to learn it, and then you can set up the supers. I don't know if you know this, Louie, but the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a global plan of action adopted by all member states of the UN in 2015, aiming to transform our world by addressing various issues, including poverty, hunger, inequality, climate change, which does not exist. By the way, we showed this. I didn't show this video. I got to show it. It's like, if you think climate change is real, you're calling CO2 a pollutant, okay? And CO2 is what we exhale. CO2 levels are actually lower than they need to be because they make everything greener. They feed the earth of life. And they're like, yeah, but CO2 is a pollutant. It's not. It's a byproduct of man.
Can I ask you
what happens when we don't have enough CO2?
Trees die. Plants die.
Would
Bees
that change
die.
the climate?
What's that?
Yeah.
Would that change the
Nothing
climate?
changes the climate.
Geno, can I ask you a question?
Watch this. Bill, you could just ask me. It's your show. You can just
We used
ask
to
me.
be in an ice age. Then the climate changed, right?
No. The climate is always changing. It's like your internal. Baby, watch this. Yes or no? Do you think climate change is real and tax dollars will save
I
it?
think that's what you're saying is that
Never
we don't
answers
need
the
to.
question.
You see, this is how you know that in
Typical.
hot water is a psyop. We are getting to the real need of the issue, and then all of a sudden the fucking subject
The
was changed.
climate changes.
Who is your
but
handler?
The climate changes, but the question is, do we have an effect on it or not?
We have a. Okay, I'm going to find the video. Where the fuck is the video?
So you want to read about the 2030 agenda?
I think you want to read about the Agenda 2030.
I'll show the video later. You should put back the 2030 agenda. I'm sorry, baby. Go on. In climate change, which every time I say it, it's disgusting what they're doing. Okay, I'll tell you, and then I'll move on. Climate change. They're like, well, we got to move to electric cars. I don't mind them having a vaccine. I mind when you mandate it. I don't mind you having electric cars. I mind when you say everyone has to drive one by this year. I don't mind when you have an electric stove. I grew up with one. I mind when you say we've got to get rid of all gas stoves and brick oven pizzas.
Especially when it's not a better solution. It's not a better option.
And especially when if you ever looked at a charging station for a Tesla, fucking you power that cell with fossil fuels.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Tesla's made through thousands of gallons of fossil fuel use.
If it was mandate, okay, get rid of your gas car because we're all switching to the water car. It's like, oh, you know
the
what?
guy that invented the water car was
dead.
He's
why?
Dead. What happened?
He ate a burger and he had an upset tummy. So anyway, Agenda 2030.
Back to Agenda 2030.
One of the points in that is about inequality. Public. It all sounds very nice. And you can, when you go onto the UN's website, that little wheel of all the colors,
it outlines 17 Sustainable Developmental Goals. Is that what the wheel is?
Yeah, the wheel is 17 different colors. Each color is a different one, and one of the
sorry, here,
like baby, you're fine.
One or three of at least the major ones is about essentially the seed of it was space shifting around the global population, like from third world countries, bring them into the first world, sort of even things out.
Right.
And when you want to wonder why all of these migrant crises happened all over the Western world. Crises. He dropped out of high school. He can't fucking say shit. I'm amazed that he's fucking structuring these sentences properly.
Amazing. It's amazing how much smarter people that never graduated high school, let alone college, are than college graduates and fucking graduates.
But this is where all of the migrant crises come from.
I mean, Jake, you too. Yeah. This is, so you're saying, no, not here. They just wanted to make this.
Here.
I would argue, and I get what you're saying, but are you saying the same thing as what I would say? They just wanted to make every state blue. They just wanted to make every state blue so they could get by with this bullshit agenda. I think it's mostly that. I'm not saying I'm right.
Of course, they definitely want the mostly blue. But that's what they get out of it personally. Like, that's what our particular leaders get out of it.
Right.
But I mean, if it was just us, it'd be like, yeah, that's why, specifically 100%. But the fact that it's happening all over the Western world,
right? And
the reason that it's like, oops, we can't do, oopsie. It seems like every time we tie up one end, there's another one that we untie and make it keep. The reason it never gets solved is because they already decided this
Visit that page,
10 years ago. And COVID fucked it up. They even say on the website, now we're a little backtrack.
Is that why they went from Agenda 2025 to 2030?
No, this has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with each other. The fucking 2025 was the Heritage Foundation's grab for power.
It really is just, it's just insane because we're getting more and more. I love that picture. More and more towards common sense. Let's see. Goal number 1: poverty. Actually, just make that picture really big. They want to get rid of poverty.
Well, yeah, there's one thing.
But how do they want to? I will guess. Yeah. Do they want to? I'm asking you. Do they want to get rid of poverty by just making
siphoning it from the Western world?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but that makes more sense because I'm saying all we saw during COVID, and you said it's two different things, was they're trying to destroy the middle class. They're trying to destroy it. They fucking want two classes, the elites and the fucking working class. That's what they want. You cannot convince me, and I love that.
A new serfdom, a new technocratic serfdom.
A new
we shall rent everything, even the
you'll
movies
own nothing,
that we
you'll
love.
own nothing and like it. You'll eat bugs, all fucking bullshit. And the people that go along with it are just insane. They're the people that are like, well, we have an ice age, because of global warming. We have an ice age because again, and global warming is like the vaccine. I'll say it. The people that fucking got the vaccine. And I don't mean you, Keanu. Let me rephrase that. The people that are still backing the vaccine, the people that fucking couldn't wait to get the vaccine,
people who wanted it.
The people that not just wanted it, believed it would save their lives. Okay. These are the people that put fucking man before God, or if you don't want to use the word God, science before nature. And the bottom line is, man has evolved on what's this?
Whiskey.
Thank you.
The root of all your issues. Can I have a ciggy? Now that I smell one.
You can, of course, have a cigarette. Don't move. I'll get you one. Thank you, baby. I'll get him an ashtray and we'll get all.
There's one by him. Here, and here's a lighter.
Oh, my God. Tell me this lighter works. Hold on.
All right, did you release the sign on it?
Here.
Hold on. Oh, I want to try this.
Thank you.
Hold on. I want them to realize I stole Anthony's lighter.
Or you could
It doesn't.
What is that? Werner von Braun's?
Oh, hit me. It's like Columbo. I always wanted to do that. Thank you, Anthony Cunha.
Thank you.
And this is what I'm saying after whiskey. There's a reason, and this gets into global warming. It's called Mother Earth. Okay, people. I tie it all together, and I'm sorry that you think I'm insane. There's a reason they wanted to kill the old people. There's a reason. There's a reason that they want to kill the old people, and I thought of that because Mother Earth is something the Native Americans would say, and the Native Americans didn't have fucking colleges. They had tribal elders, and you know what tribal elders?
Smallpox blankets and stole their land.
You're skipping ahead, but before we did that, Thank you, baby. Before we did that, tribal elders, and I said this when COVID came around about me. Much like me, the tribal elders, or I should say, much like the tribal elders, I'm not smarter. I'm smarter because I've had more reps. I've had more chances to fail. To quote Thomas Edison, I didn't fail at making the light bulb. I found 800 ways to not invent one. Do you understand? They wanted to kill the old people, and the people that want to get rid of the thought of Mother Nature, the people like, no, the earth doesn't live and breathe and fucking respirate and fucking, like your body change temperature. It's global warming. Man is doing it, and they use it for control, and they use it for tax dollars. I can't wait. To not pay my taxes pretty soon.
There's
fucking
no
Trump's gonna
chance
make
at
them
all.
go away.
There's no chance at all that we don't have any effect with everything that we got in the ocean.
Keanu, read the super chats while I look this up.
I was trying to.
We have to treat the earth better. I mean, we
Right.
are doing a lot.
One of your heroes, I'm sure, would. George Carlin said it. He's like, it's like the
One
earth.
of my heroes.
You don't like George Carlin?
I didn't say I didn't like him, but I says,
Okay, forgive me for. Allow me to compliment.
Top 20, sure.
Allow me to compliment
One
you.
of your
I didn't mean
heroes.
as a comedian. I just meant he was a really smart mind, and I think you are too. That's all I meant. Like, I would think you would listen to a lot of the shit he said. Like, he was the one that said ages ago, "It's a big club, and you ain't in." And he's also the one that said, when he's talking about the earth, it's like the earth has been here billions of years. It's doing great. It's like, but now man thinks a couple aluminum cans are going to fuck it over.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why we
couple.
want to get a Ouija board and suck his ghost cock. Oh, those zealous fucking idiots.
I just meant he's really smart.
Yeah, great. I saw half the two specials. Fucking lets you point.
Rumble rant time, rumble rant time, rumble
Thank God.
rant
Look
time.
at me mean.
J Mac Cherry, thank you for the $5 rumble rant. Geno is flat broke and toxic friends and angry, hateful super chat money, but he's a millionaire and good friends and love dollars.
See, this guy
Ooh.
gets it. Thank you, J Mac.
Is that a compliment?
I don't
really,
know.
Like, he really is like, if you go back, he's like saying all the things like the toxic Dabbleverse does. It's like, Jesus, it's like, but he's like, no, but he's like, a man. What is the line from your favorite movie at the end, Keanu? It's a Wonderful Life.
Every time a bell rings,
Not that.
Geno loses money.
No man is broke who has friends or something. Anyway, read J Mac. I love him.
That's right, Clarence. J Mac Cherry, thank you for the $2 rumble rant. My wife Way is running for local office. Can Louie say, "We want you, Way, in Mahole. We want you, Way, in Mahole."
Yeah, great. What kind of fucking dog whistle is that? J Mac, get cancer. You can fucking clip that.
We want you, Way, in Mahole.
But yeah, we definitely need to take care of the earth better. I mean,
I agree with
we
that.
are fucking it up
No
royally.
one's saying, and I'll get you more out of them just quicker. Like, no one's saying don't take care of the earth. No one's saying fucking litter. No one's saying that. But when you say fucking we are causing global warming, you're lying, and you're using it to get tax dollars. By the way, it doesn't take tax dollars for me to recycle.
I know how I combat global warming.
How can I do that, me?
Every morning, I heat up my coffee in a pan, and I take that pan and I pour it into a shampoo bottle.
Right.
And then I take that shampoo bottle on the train, and I squirt one drop into my mouth. Then I bring it home, and then I put it back on the counter. And then guess what I do, Louie?
What do you do?
I do not get rid of that coffee. Next morning, heat it up in a pan.
Yeah.
And I repeat this process 365 days out of the year, all using
366
containers that
last
have
year.
no business having coffee in them.
Wow, neon sign. That sounds like something a complete retard would do.
Oh, thank you. I've been telling myself how stupid I am for years.
Got a drinking problem.
Mm.
Go on.
Well, that's how I combat global warming.
Anyway, global warming is bullshit. I'm going to find this video in a sec that Max Load sent me. Get back to the super chat. I apologize.
They're rumble rants.
Oh my God, I will drink for saying that. Thank you.
Tex and Patrick P, thank you for the $5 rumble rant. Basketball teens seem worse than older basketball Americans these days. Show me your boobies, Louie. Sup with the Greg Giraldo Jr. Jake. I miss tough crowd. Oh,
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Greg is good. We're
Boom.
gonna be in Pennsylvania in July, the beginning of July.
Wow.
So look out for that. It's gonna be fun.
Bob Fan of Patrice.
Thank Bob Van Patrice for the burger.
Thank
Tell
you
him
for
how-
the burger.
We were eating, and we'll get to this. I want to talk about this. We were eating the fries that you sent and the burger. watching Black Mirror, new episodes of Black Mirror.
Holy
Do you like that?
moly,
You
great
must like
season.
that.
I saw that one. I saw the one episode when it came out when it was the two black dudes who were fucking in the Street Fighter game, and
That
I didn't
one
watch
was
any
cool.
of them after that.
That
because
was a really good one too.
I mean, I was done after that. That was horrible.
Really?
It's the worst
Oh.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was
I didn't like how it made me
terrifying.
feel. It was the worst. No, because at the fucking
I
end.
didn't like
No,
how
because
it-
at the fucking end, the moral of the story is that okay, they realize they're not gay, and there should have been this moment where it's like, oh, that wasn't real. We were indulging in an unhealthy online fantasy that was awful and that was destroying us in our real life. So we should quit it and just be regular people again. But you know what there was? There was this weird fucking compromise where they get to do it every month, and then this
Once
lady.
a year.
Oh, whatever, and then whatever, and this
It's
lady
like,
takes
yeah.
off her wedding ring, and she gets to fuck some dude at the bar. It was the most disgusting thing
But
I've ever
she
seen in my
didn't
life.
like fucking the dude at the bar, did she?
No, but at the
Maybe we gotta
end,
watch it again. We gotta watch that one again.
at the end, the whole point was that they get this agreement where this dude can fuck his buddy as an Asian woman.
This is why Black Mirror is great. Me and Keanu were saying that. And again, we're not the first to say it, but this is why I think most people would agree Black Mirror is great because there's so many ways to view it. And I get what you're saying, but I also looked at it like this is the way they bond. And look, they're like, and I think it's fascinating. It was like two black guys because they talk about the gay, not gay thing. That was an episode of SUV. I'm not fucking being a dick, but it's like, I like that they're like once a year, this is how we connect and we're not fucking, but it's very intimate. And I'm saying you can look at it two different ways. And like, it could freak you out, but it doesn't freak me out. Oh,
It doesn't freak me out.
Is this
It's
a moment
just
where they kiss,
disgusting.
baby? Is there any volume?
Yeah. Look at him go.
Oh, this is some fucking yeah. That's fucking Jay Farrow.
Oh.
By the way,
Because
Jake
the
Farrow's been
preview-
popping up. Okay.
The preview doesn't have any of the street fighting in it.
Oh, yeah, but it is amazing. And then they just start making out the characters, and it's like so funny. I mean, I think it's like, yeah, this is fake.
Yeah.
I think it's real, but I think it's so clever the way it makes you. It's like you take a side. There's no middle ground. And like, look, I say the word faggot all the time. It's a funny word, but I'm not homophobic.
Especially when you're about to come.
Now, faggot. Right after, leave, faggot. I feel dirty. But again, like I have no problem with gay people having sex and stuff, but that just makes you look like, oh, all right. All right, that's what two straight dudes would do to share the intimacy.
I'm sure the gay community is thrilled that Geno has no problem with them having.
It's so true.
It's like finally, after years of AIDS and Diana Ross.
He's gay. That was really good. That was really good.
I know you're angry. I'm angry. Yeah.
Are we caught up so I can show you this
No.
video?
You know why they called him Harvey Milk? Because one time he was doing a handstand, a little thing dribbled out, and they said, Harvey, is that milk?
Is that what happened?
It wasn't bad.
Thank you. All right, Bob Van Patrice, what did he put?
Louie, I hate it when I can't get shit off of my dick.
By the way, Bob Van Patrice, I can't believe I forgot this, sends me a message the other day. You know what he's doing this weekend?
Coming to our show,
Coming to Dangerfields.
Rodney's.
Thank you. For the secret show, I got to put that up. But this Sunday night, me, Keanu, Larry Bay, and Matt Mead, our boy Danny Polishuk, you got to come by sometime. There's no room on the. By the way, Carl, if you're watching, I owe you a text. No room left on the show. But have you done Dangerfields, the new Rodney's?
We were at your birthday show at Rodney's. You're welcome. There was a bit of the lull before we got on, and a bit of the lull afterwards. I think it was called the show. It's not true. It was a great time. It was
the
a
way
very
you
fun
smile
time.
at me, like it. I hate to tell you, we're friends. We are for your smile. Like my friend Geno's a disaster. Is he gonna? There were so many people on the show.
I was there.
It was great. And how much fun was that? Come on.
It was good.
It was a good time. It was a good time. All right, back to you, baby.
Let's see. J Mac Cherry. My girlfriend's name is Change. Every night I scream out, "Climate change, climate change." Very
J-Mac
cute.
is great. I love J-Mac. He doesn't mess around.
Look, T.O. Hank. Thank you for the $5 Rumble rant. Geno, be careful. ICE is looking for Delaware guineas to send to El Salvador.
What do you think of this?
By the way,
Geno?
shout out to T.O. Hank, who I'm telling you, I'm sure he's only here because he's been enjoying you on Kevin's show. And we'll say it again. We love Kevin. And I want to talk about these idiots as well when it comes to something else, the invert. And I hope Tio Hank is here. Go on.
Okay. Bob Fanta Patrice, thank you for the $5 Rumble rant. Don't knock pan-fried coffee. By the way, I can barely see Big Geno's mouth move when little Geno spreads wisdom.
Yeah. That's really good.
I love it. There you go.
The other thing about the Dabbleverse, and then I'll show this thing about global warming because Tio Hank, like Kevin Brennan has been an asshole to us, you know? But the thing that's allowed me, and I don't pay attention to the Dabbleverse that much anymore. I really don't. I know I'm talking about it, but I'm just talking about all I've been doing is tweeting Geno was right about that shit and letting them be like, no, you're wrong and blah, blah, blah. And I read it and I don't respond. I'm like, yeah, this is what you do. But it ruins people. Like when Pat Dixon broke my jaw, Stevie Lou, who was on the show a lot. Do you know Stevie Lou, tall, skinny?
Probably.
You'd know him if you saw him. Stevie Luke wasn't even there when it happened. We walked in the bar. I'm sitting there like fucking stunned, you know, like what the fuck happened? And I'm like, and I'm so shaken. I'm like, I'm just going home. And Stevie Lou, God bless him, goes, you can't go home. He's like, give him some ice. So he gets a thing of ice and gives it to him. Okay. And he's like, I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, and God bless Stevie Lou. He goes on his phone and he Googles like fucking urgent care. He's like, here's the closest one. Go there. I'm like, I want to go. He's like, just go there. He doesn't go with me, but if it wasn't for him, I would have just went home, you know? So I go there and whatever. But now, because of the Dabbleverse, because people get butthurt, because they're not honest with themselves, I honestly believe there was a time when I was doing a show. It's too long a story, and I make every story long enough as it is. But Chad Zumach, me, and somebody else were doing the show, and I took it over because I was headlining, and I go to Chad Zumach. I'm like, who's on the show? He goes, well, Ray's not coming. So Kiana's going to host. I'm going to feature. You're going to headline. And I'm putting and I didn't even know Stevie Lou did stand-up. And he goes, and I'm putting Stevie Lou on to prove he's not funny. And I go, Stevie Lou's not on the show. I'm like, you're not putting a guy on a show to say he's not funny. I don't know if he's funny or not, but that's not why you book a guy. And I think that's when he got mad at me. And then he changes the story to Geno was lying. He didn't say. It's like Geno was crying. I had to hold the ice on his face. He says terrible things rather than just accept the fact that, like, hey, Geno, why'd you take me? Well, Chad said you weren't funny. Like, well, come by the show. Come by the studio. Hang out. But no, they have to double down on the lies and the bullshit for the clicks. I don't worry about clicks. Ask the 30 people in here. Am I right, baby?
Oh, yeah.
It only takes a sip to get you going, huh?
Look, there he is. He was here for a second. Stevie Lou, how are you, buddy?
Give me a second so I can see.
What's that?
So I can see just hang on. Hang on,
look
everyone. Hang on, everyone. My mouth is in my head.
I love it.
Hi.
See, I got to tell you, the lips on you, Steve. Like, Stevie Lou, I'm sorry we're fighting.
Your wife is a whore.
He does say
All
that.
you have is this puppet.
His name is Jake.
Hi.
Drugs for sale.
No one's buying
Get
your
your
drugs.
drugs
Do you know
here.
about Agenda 2030?
Do you?
I know all about it.
Mm.
And I love it.
So all I'm saying is, and they're going to talk about global warming, Stevie, like, I never had a problem with you until you started, like, calling me, saying all these lies. By the way, we browbeat, who was it? Drew for the equipment.
Yeah, you guys cried until you got all the equipment.
They just make shit up in the Dabbleverse.
And
don't get me wrong, I don't care
sorry.
anymore, but it's like, it really is, it's just the next, look, I'm right about everything. So listen to me when I say this. It's not just the Dabbleverse, but that mentality is the next problem with society. It's just living in this tunnel vision.
Geno,
and if that's your world, you know what I mean? Then you go into the real world and think you can, that's normal. You know, that's why Stuttering John is driving to people's houses.
Yeah.
His house and holding a boombox out. It's like, what are you doing? If you said that to him in real life when the world was real, when he was on Howard Stern, and be like, you know what you should do? You should drive to the guy's house, threaten to beat him up and hold a boombox outside. And be like, what am I, gay? No offense. It'd be like, but now it's the small-minded living in the boxes that normalize acting like an insane person on the rare occasions you leave your home. Is that a fair statement?
You're like an old guy that's at a fucking skate park that used to be safe, and you're yelling at all the meth heads in there. Like, why don't you guys get out of here? That you spend all your fucking time in there.
Meth for sale. Get your
Don't you guys
message
hate being around all this madness all the time? Hold on, let me go to my tent so I can keep the fucking eye on you.
Gotta go.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Did I yell fuck you? Did I argue with you? Did I say nah? I just laughed because it's hilarious.
You're like, and these people in this shitty toxic environment that they choose to live in, it's like you set up shop in there.
I show up with a bag with a thermos of
water,
a paper bag lunch. What are we doing today?
Yeah, because you're flat broke.
No. So funny.
Geno.
Yeah, buddy.
It hurts my feelings that you invite this guy over and not me.
Stevie Lou, you're invited over.
No, because your wife is a whore.
You're just not allowed to beat me up or take pictures of Keanu's asshole that she sends out every 5 minutes.
He had to leave.
Where'd I go?
He had to leave. He felt sad.
You get this. What is this global warming thing? What is this? What is this?
Hold on.
What is the source of this?
Yeah, I can't wait to see either.
Also, I want to know how you feel about these deportations.
I love it.
What about the ones where it was just about a Palestine thing?
I don't even know what that one is.
Well, like certain people who are in the midst of getting their citizenship, they protested against Palestine and they've been involved in it, and then they get deported.
I love it.
Now, it is people who, if you look into it, it seems like they're political operatives and they've jumped here and there.
Yeah.
And some I get, but some people, it is just citizens or almost citizens getting picked up.
No, because it's not citizens or almost citizens. It's always, you can look it up. It's always almost citizens. And this is the example you set. If you want to come in, this is the almost citizen. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're going to be happy. Well, he has a visa. Yeah, your visa is like a test period to be here. And if you start supporting terrorism, then you're not allowed here.
Oh, no, I don't mean a visa. No, but because I know that's just what you put in when you fucking come in. It's just you 30 days or whatever.
No one that's a legal resident is getting deported. Don't get me wrong. You could be a legal resident and charged with domestic terrorism, but you're not getting deported. But anyone that's legally going through the immigration process, but they start creating acts against this country, when you fill out the paperwork, because God bless you, it's a shame you took the time to do it properly and then acted like a fucking cunt, and you start engaging in domestic terrorist acts against this country that go against the very paper you signed, you violated.
But
you violated it. Time to go. That's what I think. But go on.
Is protesting Palestine, not putting the fucking towel on your head and going from the river to the sea, but I mean just voicing a strong opinion against.
It would depend how you voice that. Some people voice a strong opinion against Tesla by blowing up charging stations and the actual places where they sell them.
Of course, fuck them. I'm not saying that.
But everyone, even this guy that's in the news so much right now, the Abrego Garcia guy. I finally figured out they're like, well, he was deported. He was wrongly deported. When the left says he's a father that was wrongly deported, they're leaving out instead of father, he's a domestic abuser, illegal immigrant, MS-13 member, twice convicted, drug trafficking. They're like, human trafficking. They're like, yeah, but he was wrongly deported. And ready for this? He was wrongly deported. But do you know why he was wrongly deported? You ready for this? And it makes complete, because we're too fucking nice. He was convicted of being an MS-13 gang member. He was going to be sent to El Salvador, and they said they gave him a stay, saying, and shout out to Bob Van Patrice, who said these gangs don't even exist anymore. They've broken up. Well, if we send him back to El Salvador in that prison, he can get killed by a rival gang. So because we're so nice, we said, okay, we'll give him a stay here, even though he's a twice convicted MS-13 domestic abuser, illegal immigrant. We're so nice we let him stay. And then fucking when we were shipping out these pieces of shit, he accidentally went to El Salvador, where, by the way, he's still alive and he's fine because, as Bob Van Patrice pointed out, that gang doesn't exist anymore. But the left, who is so pathetic, is like, they're literally getting photo ops with a convicted MS-13 member. That's how fucking stupid they are.
Well, yeah, fuck that guy. But Keanu, can you look up? There's a woman who got picked up on the street. And
while you're doing that, I'm going to show this global warming thing because people are going to lose their minds. But I love you. Go on.
And she is wearing a hijab. I'll say that she's wearing a hijab. But apparently, she was going to college. She's becoming a citizen, and in an actual process, she's in an actual process, not just I'm here for a year or whatever.
And she was deported.
Well, yeah, she got picked up by ICE in plain clothes, and it wasn't. She didn't get involved in any protests or anything, because there's a video of it, and she
Okay.
didn't get involved in any protests, but she did sign something at her university that she's like, we don't like how you guys are giving money or support to Israel.
Mystery deepens over ICE arrest of hijab wearing student.
Yes,
Probably
like that.
Okay.
Like I'm
Before
talking
you show
about
that, I'm going to show
I'm
this.
not
But go
the
showing
on.
bad
now.
precedent it sets.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to have to reboot it because hold on. It's fucking, you have to, it's a pain in the ass with Instagram. So I'm going to refresh it and unmute.
If this guy is fucking Indian, I'm not listening to a word he
Question
says.
depends on, I think, a very
Video.
flawed fundamental presupposition.
Sorry,
It depends
sorry,
on the idea that carbon dioxide is pollution. And I would argue, after interviewing hundreds of scientists, including many who've worked for the UN IPCC, many of the leading scientists in the world, that the notion that CO2 is pollution is absolutely preposterous. We exhale about 2 pounds of it every single day. The proportion of greenhouse gases made up of human CO2 emissions is a fraction of 1%. The idea that that is going to destroy the planet or change the temperature of the
It's
Earth
a lie.
is, frankly, in my opinion, totally ludicrous. But from a totalitarian perspective, if you can convince people that CO2 is pollution, there's no human activity that doesn't result in CO2 emissions, including living, including dying, turning on a light switch. Every single aspect of your life, then, if we submit to the idea that CO2 is pollution, then comes under the regulatory control of the people who claim to be saving us from pollution. So when they do these environmental studies and they say, well, your CO2 footprint will be smaller if you eat bugs or you do this, that, or the other, you drive an electric car, that doesn't show anything about whether that's going to benefit the environment or not. In fact, CO2 has actually been very beneficial for the environment. In interviewing Trump's climate advisor, Dr. William Happer, a physics professor at Princeton University, he said the Earth is starving for more CO2. And since we've had a little bit of an increase in atmospheric CO2 over the last 100 years or so, plants have gotten much greener, agricultural yields have improved. So I think we need to also talk about the fundamental presupposition here. Is CO2 really pollution? If it's not, then all these alleged environmental benefits are completely fictional. A lot of this environmental...
They blow it out of proportion. They spin it a certain way so they have control. Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Uber fan Max Loads, who is back this Friday with the show. Thank you for giving him the week off for Easter. He said that. But yeah, I mean, do you understand? Like, everyone creates CO2. Like, there was a time, I'll give myself props, when I used to meditate. And I would say breathing in the healing energy of the earth, breathing out my healing energy to the earth, because it's so amazing. Like, this is why, like, I believe there's, I don't want to say God, but there's, David Mamet said, without God, there is no gratitude. If you don't believe in some kind of higher power, you're a prick. Okay. I'm sure you believe in some sort of higher power, even if it's just a mic stand. I don't care, but maybe I'm wrong. But it makes you humble in the eyes of this stuff. And when you look at how everything on the earth is so intricately, perfectly, chaotically worked out, you know, like how the CO2 feels like, and then man gets in the way and just wants money. And don't get me wrong, I also love organized religion. The Pope's still dead. Good.
No, not the progressive Pope killed by J.D. Vance.
The progressive Pope that literally said, when it first guy to ever say, the gay guy's like, do unto others, leave them alone. And then the church Biden.
The church was like,
that's not what he meant.
Yeah.
All this corrupt shit.
That.
I think it's more to do with the Pachamama.
Which is?
The Pachamama. The like 2 years ago, Mel Gibson said this on Joe Rogan's podcast. I know the two worst sources for anything ever. But fucking.
Well, I love them both.
I know. But
fucking.
But fuck. I know. But fuck it.
It's not just a verb. That's in my old album.
But fuck it. Yeah. And he, like 2 years ago, he's at this thing of the Amazon, some spiritual thingy.
Sure.
And they brought, some villagers brought this thing called the Pachamama, which is this earth goddess idol thing. And he participated in a ritual for it, which a lot of the Catholics were like, hey, that's idolatry. And people wanted him to, apologize and everything. I think he died on Easter of apostasy.
He died the day after.
Well, yeah, but the timing is impeccable timing.
Right. Yeah.
Impeccable timing. I think that
you think that God's hand.
I'm not even a Catholic. I kind of think God had that happen on Easter, right after Easter, because there's pictures of him doing it, publicly committing idolatry.
I think J.D. Vance shook his hand with some poison and said, "You like gay people, do you?"
He did that, in like the interview with fucking.
By the way,
Seth
J.D.
Rogen
Vance doesn't have a problem with gay people.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, all right. Well, you got to be careful.
He was the last person he met, J.D. Vance.
Is that really a fact?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
That is real. Yeah.
And then he died. He dropped dead.
Obviously, I don't think JD had anything to do with it, but I think it's pretty unfortunate that the last
Of
person
course,
you have to
JD
meet.
didn't have anything to do with it. And dude,
Yeah.
I hope no
He
one's
killed it.
misunderstanding me.
He killed the national. He broke. He didn't
A
break it.
national hero, yeah.
Yeah, but he that's the joke because he broke. He didn't, but you can say he broke the national championship and killed what was the other thing?
A what?
What did you call the Pope? A hero? National hero?
Oh yeah, he was a national.
Everybody
Broke the
loved
national
this
championship
Pope.
and killed a national hero. What's next? What
Here.
is next?
Here, want to see this mystery deepens over the.
Of course.
Yes.
At any rate, but that's the point. Like, well, hold on one sec. So that's
Okay.
my point.
Yes, they use CO2 emissions as a way to police people's shit. Yeah.
Well, it's just a reason to use taxes. It's a reason to. It's just everything is to see what they can get away with, what people will go along with. I'll never forget on Thanksgiving a couple years ago. Don't have more than 4 people. Don't have more than 6 people. No one's coming to your house. Fucking everyone better get a vaccine. It's mandated. You can't mandate a vaccine, and people go along with like I have to do this.
Yeah, they use truth and they bend it and they contort it to their own awful
And it's
will.
the same thing. Like they're like, oh my god, we need to use a like what is it? We have to get rid of fossil fuels. You know what we need to do? We need to set up these giant windmills, which kill trees, which creates fucking oxygen for humans, which I can't think of what they do. Oh yeah, they swallow up the CO2 you're bitching about.
They rape little girls. They burn churches.
No, it's not wrong.
They're really good as wait until they do.
And by the way, do you know what you fuels? And yet people are like, oh, I can't wait to get behind the green agenda. Suck my dick. And by the way, I like Ocasio-Cortez because of that fucking deep fake porn that looks like she's sucking my dick. But I'm telling you, it's a fact. Everyone knows this, and you'll say it more clearly than me. She has never gotten one bill presented, let alone passed in Congress. And everyone's like, she's the next president. Do you understand? Because the Democrats are stupid. And I love all women, and I believe all women, which when they don't lie to me, and I said from the get-go, April's a lying cunt. I said from the get-go, what's her name? And it's always going to be about them. You don't know them because you have a life and you're busy at the comedy mothership and stuff.
What about the feet pics that AOC has?
Oh,
You forgot about the feet ones.
tell me about the feet pics.
It's great. It's in the camera. She's got feet in the camera. It's
Actually, her.
well, no, AI. But the AI is great.
Keanu.
And of
What?
course, the tits are perfectly round. And they
Oh,
got
it's born?
the shinies on them. Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Well, yeah,
The
you can't show it.
shinies.
Yeah, I'm sure it would break some laws.
Mother Cabrini never touched the stuff is right, but again, it's all of a line. You get these people that believe in the Green New Deal, or excuse me, that's an actual thing. The green, no, is it the Green Agenda? Whatever.
No, the Green New Deal. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I confused it with the New Deal by Teddy Roosevelt. I'm fucking old and stupid. That believe in this when
And actually, you're old and stupid even more because it was Franklin Roosevelt.
what did I say?
You said Teddy Roosevelt.
One of the
He did the national parks and other things.
now I'm just thinking this how broken my brain is, and you're right, and I'll double down on how dumb I am. I just think of Mr. Simpson in the workout episode going, I need more Teddy Roosevelts and fewer Franklin Roosevelts.
I agree with that. I kind of agree with that.
All right, what do we got, baby? Let's see.
Sorry.
Oh, look at all that meat right there. What a
Go
fucking way to phrase
away.
it.
Stupid
Is that
thing.
Bill Hader? I love Bill Hader.
A Turkish student who was detained by. Can you see it? You can read it.
Now, what are we looking at? Okay. A Turkish student who was detained by ICE agents has been taken to a detention center in Louisiana despite a judge's court order. Rumeza Ozturk, we'll call him, right? Rumeza Ozturk, 30, who's currently studying at Tufts University in Massachusetts, was sworn by a group of agents near her off-campus home on Tuesday. That's today. Her lawyer, Masha Kambabu, said Ozturk was on her way to meet with friends for iftar, so this is a couple weeks ago, right? A meal to break the Ramadan fast when she was grabbed.
Who gives a shit?
I only know, I'm not trying to wow you, there was no street cleaning that day. U.S. District Court Judge Indira Tawani ordered on Tuesday that she remain at the state and the government give 48 hours notice for removing her. On Wednesday, a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland said she had been transferred to the Central Louisiana ICE Processing Center.
I think we can skip to the bottom here. It says that she supported Hamas.
Oh, go up. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
this
went
is it.
past it. Go back up, baby. Don't skip anything, even though he knows that I don't. Thank you, though. It remains unclear if she'd been taken with it. She's now at the third internet to be at the facility. ICE officials say she was detained for being in support of Hamas and supported the organization. Okay, so.
But there's going to be a but that all she did was sign a petition at the
Right.
university that was
Is
like, we don't
she a
want this.
legal resident, though?
Well, let's see. Let's see. I only saw this partially. I don't, if I have bad information.
Well,
But even if she's not a complete legal resident, I think she's in the process of having.
Then watch this. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. We don't have to.
You don't see the precedent that sets.
If there's not
I don't care.
The precedent that sets that. With the okay, so if you're in the process of becoming a legal resident and you commit a crime, you can't become a resident, of course. But they're saying that the crime that she committed, this support of Hamas. All it was.
Is it illegal to sign a petition?
It depends what the petition is.
That her and her fellow students were not in support of the university publicly supporting.
That's all it said. That's all it said. Because I'm telling you right now, you can't win. It's like everyone's like, oh, there's so much anti-Semitism. And it's like, all right, then yank Harvard's funding, which I love. But it depends what you were saying. Because I'm telling you something. I don't know if you know this. And by that, I mean, I know you probably know it better than me. Palestinians are fucking violent people. And I'm not saying they don't have the right to be. Sure. I'm not saying they don't have the right to be. But fucking, the Quran says to kill people if they don't fucking follow Allah.
Listen, man, I'm going to fuck the Palestinians. Can I say this?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want here because we're all Americans.
Going forward, I'm going to say this. Fuck the Palestinians. I don't bleed for them or whatever. I think it's awful what's going on.
Yeah.
But I have no skin. I have no skin in the game. I'm saying as a precedent this sets for United States citizens, because they will use it against us. You know the government better than anybody else. They will use these precedents against us.
How?
That it will become illegal to criticize Israel in any meaningful way.
I disagree with that, but who cares? I know that's not the right answer. I know that's not the right answer, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I'll tell you why. Because this is a president that's in power right now. And I'm sure you'll all agree that anyone that thinks January 6th was an insurrection, and I'll say this again, remember before Trump was in office, everything that people said about Biden, pro-Biden, anti-Trump was so aggravating, right? But now when they say the same thing, it's glorious. It's glorious.
Do you want to watch the full video? Oh, no, not at all.
Not yet. Hold that, baby. Thank you so much. So now when people sit there saying January 6th was an insurrection, and he let them all go, well, good. Good. Better to let one guilty man go. It's better to let one guilty man go. Bring back shot glasses than to imprison 1,000.
Yeah, sure.
All that stuff. All right. So do you understand that whole January 6th insurrection? If you don't get it, you're stupid. Was to stop us from doing the very thing you said: protest peacefully. You understand? And they altered Trump's words. They took it when he said peacefully protest. They altered all the stuff he said. They do all this stuff now. So they tried to scare every single person from fucking protesting against the president that will free us from this shit. And by the way, Biden didn't do the Jews any favors either. You understand? That's why the Palestinians think they can get away with this shit. So again, they tried to literally get rid of all peaceful protesting with that January 6th stuff. So again, if you're going to protest peacefully, fine. But if you're going to put your name on a paper that pledges, I don't know what, then bye-bye, bitch. Tighten the Hamas and get your cunt that we'll never see and don't want to out of my fucking country. Or to quote fucking Mo Simpson, get your ass back to Eurasia.
I don't believe that this petition pledged any support.
Tell me what it said
for any Hamas.
I have no idea what it said.
Well, I'm sure it'll be in the rest of the story. But it was just that they didn't like that the university had paid monetary and verbal support for Israel. Because obviously they are not pro-Israel. And I think that taking people off, the people in the middle of trying to get their citizenship, taking them off the street for this specific purpose.
They pinned you at the birthday show. I love it, by the way. Go on.
That was fun.
Go on.
I think that this is going to, especially with how this presidency feels about Israel, I think something like this is going to absolutely be used as a precedent against the American people, because they're going to tie being anti-Israel by this government, by Trump and by this government. Absolutely, they will. Well, a lot of their money came from Trump's money for this campaign. A lot of it came from the Israeli lobby, and that money is not free.
That can't be right.
Because that one Israeli lady
here's why.
$100 million.
Humor me. That can't be right because Trump's anti-Semitic.
Listen, you are not going to argue against me with things that I don't believe in.
I know, but please, I'm not arguing against you. I'm proving the point. You understand? It's like Trump's they all lie about all this shit, and Trump is the only. These are the same idiots that are like, well, that I talked to the other day. Well, he's he's a puppet for Putin and Musk is robbing all of us. No, it's common sense. Trump literally got fucked out of office by these people that cheat and lie like this. He's cleaning this shit out. Don't get me wrong. I'll be the first to admit, Epstein client list day one. How's that going?
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's different. That's like, okay, that's deep state shit. I shouldn't say different.
No, it is. Yeah, it's no different. It's funny how, regardless of all the chaos going on now and all the radical changes, whether you like them or not, there's like 3 or 4 things that just stay the same, don't they?
Yeah.
And none of those fucking things have been uncovered. So
Tell me what they are. Epstein,
the pedophilia shit altogether.
That's the same.
Banking, medical care, and Israel. Those 4 things never fucking change.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that when I'm talking to you about the problems with Trump, I don't let Kamala's not even a conversation. The Democrats.
I know.
That's not even a conversation.
And trust me, I value your opinion.
And
That's
this
why
country,
it
does need control on its border. It needs control with citizenship, with all this stuff. Things need to be re-examined. Absolutely. But they are using this bloodlust of the things that they realize, okay, things need to change. The plebs, they didn't like the direction of all this, of this new internationalist fucking garbage. They didn't like it. All right, we got to turn course. All right, we're going to be more traditional. You can say retard again, faggot, all that other stuff. Meanwhile, all the stuff still is, all the banners are still hung up, but you can still call them a faggot, but it still goes on uninterrupted.
Sure.
So when I say that they don't, they don't care about the well-being of any people, they're letting the pendulum swing in the other direction.
I don't know.
But they're letting the pendulum swing back into the more traditionalist, anti-international direction, while everything that's awful still remains intact. But they're going to use the bloodlust and the necessities, whatever it is, of all the urgency, of deportations and all that other stuff, to slide in some shit like that people who have good intentions are going to say that's good, and it's going to hit us because they're already defining anti-Semitism in certain states, and it's becoming and while I'm not saying that it shouldn't be defined, I think it should be, because how are you going to categorize people who are planning awful shit? I agree that you should, but but there's a lot of catch-alls in these laws where it becomes any valid criticism of Israel. And it's a testing ground to see if America's greatest ally, money and power and otherwise, can coexist nicely in the new order.
And for all that you said, I still don't understand the concern about. I'll say it again. I won't say it again, but I'll say this chick is in this mess. It's a great line from Midnight Run. You're in this mess because you're in this mess.
Because she signed a petition and she had a hijab on.
Mess because of the past 4 years. The shit that went on under Biden the past 4 years, that's why, let me tell you something. If you don't have this mess at the border that they denied, if you had just hung Mayorkas, and by that I mean charge him with treason and just, fucking give him a suspended sentence. If you had just called one of these criminals out the past 4 years, instead of letting that fucking ape, Karine Jean-Pierre, and I'm sorry that people get offended when I call Karine Jean-Pierre an ape, because here's why. It's like, well, you can't. She was put in place because she was stupid, and she would ape the lies of the left. And she was a woman, and she was a survivor, and she was a lesbian, and so you can't make fun of her. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call her the most hateful thing I can, just to piss her. You're an ape, and if you think I hate black people because I'm calling one cunt to piss her off an ape, then nigger, please, I can't be bothered. But I'm telling you right now, if it weren't for the past 4 years of letting everyone in, letting them murder Americans, this fucking faggot fucking congressman is in fucking El Salvador fucking for this MS-13 guy while someone in this state was murdered by an illegal immigrant. She's at the White House like, we got to save this guy. Then that's why this cunt in the hijab is in that mess. And when she goes, I didn't understand why this would happen, then you don't pay enough attention. And let me tell you something. When I'm interviewing for a gig, I'm on my best fucking behavior. I don't get to do the George. Had I known, I couldn't fuck her on the desk. So get this cunt out of here so we don't have to waste valuable time of our lives worrying about a cunt who can't follow the rules when she really wanted to be in this country. But I also give a fuck about Jews and fucking Palestinians killing each other with their own problems. Don't worry about it now. We have our own. We've got Americans, which you're trying to be, being murdered by fucking people you're about to be hanging out with. Is that fair?
What did she do that was illegal?
What's the rest of the story? Is the
Let's
petition
see.
that she signed? Let's see the petition. I hope the
Okay.
story.
But you get what I'm saying. If you're applying for a job, then you have to do what they say. And they're like, you weren't allowed to do this. Well, I want to fight. All right, but you fucking should be keeping your nose clean. But I would love to know. Show the thing. What she was deported for. Thank you, baby.
Okay, so what it says is,
I hate that I agree with this shaky-legged weirdo. Clang. I got to get my Clang
is a
card, by
Turkish
the way.
national and TUFTS University graduate.
Here I'll go, baby. Just ICE, DHS, and ICE found she engaged in activities in support of Hamas, a foreign terrorist organization that relishes the killing of Americans. Okay,
All right, well,
that's vague, though.
We
right?
didn't learn anything. Yeah, from that sentence, we didn't learn anything.
Okay, let's go on. A visa is a privilege, not a right. We don't move it yet, baby. Thank you, though. A visa is a privilege, not a right. Glorifying it. We both agree on this. Glorifying and supporting terrorists who kill Americans is grounds for visa issuance to be terminated. This is common sense security. We agree with that, but we still don't know what she did that they're saying said that. Footage of her being taken in shows a group of 6 virgin from blah, 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 blah. As 2 men approach her, she can be heard screaming in horror. Where the police members of the group heard saying, a man is heard on camera saying, why are you hiding your faces? The group put her in handcuffs, grabbed her backpack from her for pulling her towards a black SUV. Blah, blah, blah. Said she had a valid student visa as a doctoral student with TUFTS. Officials saying they were told her visa. College said she had a valid student visa as a doctoral student with TUFTS, saying they were told her visa had been terminated. So I don't know what that means. Like it's either valid or
She had a valid visa, and
But
like
they
it's
said
all
it
good.
wasn't.
But then, as a result of this
they said
investigation,
no,
it
it's
said, no,
terminated.
you're
Thank
done
you
now.
very
They said,
much.
you're done now.
The university president said that the school was seeking to confirm whether the information is true. She was one of 4 students last March who co-authored an op-ed piece in the TUFTS Daily. The piece criticized the university response to its community union senate, passing resolutions demanding that TUFTS acknowledge the Palestinian genocide. Doesn't sound bad. It also called the school to disclose its investments and divest from companies with direct or indirect ties to Israel. That's anti-Semitic. The op-ed added that the university response to the resolutions has been wholly inadequate and dismissive of its collective voice student body. She graduated, blah, blah, blah. So go back up, baby. So what she basically said, go, perfect. Thank you, baby. The police criticized passing resolutions demanding that TUFTS acknowledge the Palestinian genocide. All right, so I don't know what that means.
So literally, okay. So what we just learned there was that her and a couple other students wrote an opinion piece,
right,
of the university saying, fuck you, when the student organization said, hey, you guys should acknowledge that there's a genocide. Again, right or wrong, whatever.
Right.
And you should not only just not fund Israel's shit, but it disclose the investments because we're part of this university and we want to know. The university said, fuck you. They wrote an opinion piece about the fuck you.
Yeah.
And so now you're deported, even though you're a doctoral student.
What happened to the other? I got to ask you about something. What happened to the other American citizens that helped write that piece?
I guess they stayed.
Why?
Right, but Geno, what about how are you supposed to?
Wait till Jake says because they're American citizens.
They are American citizens, and I understand that people in the process of getting citizenship are not afforded the same rights, or at least they shouldn't. I think it's all shaky ground.
Why don't you
I think it's all shaky ground until you get citizenship. But this marks a very bad precedent as far as that being a criminal offense.
This marks a precedent that says follow the rules if you want to come into this country.
She followed this. She said, "Okay, so follow the rules." The other American students are in trouble because they didn't break a rule.
I thought so what's the rule? I thought it was the country of free speech, right?
She's doing
her best to become an American.
It's the country of free speech for American citizens.
And then,
but I don't know what it says on their student visa application. And I've said this before. Fucking, if you have 3,000 miles to travel and you're going in a straight line, you're fine. But if you veer 1 degree off, then Lord knows where you're going to wind up. And I'll say this, if you're starting out in this country saying, yeah, I'll be good. And while you're applying for citizenship, you're bitching about Palestine and saying shit that can be construed as anti-Semitic and making demands of your university vis-a-vis other countries, who knows what you'll do? Sorry. Later, cunt. Sorry.
It all sounds like...
And I'll say it again. What happened to the legal American residents that were part of this article?
They didn't get in trouble because they didn't do anything wrong.
Because they didn't violate their visa. I'll say it again. Not like I'm violating my American Express. Suck my dick. Wait for that money, you fucking COVID crooks.
So
they
it's
didn't
not a
violate
crime
their
for...
visa like this woman did. I'm sorry that you guys, I know you're a card-carrying liberal. I'm sorry that you don't get that you just followed the rules, and I'll say it again. I'm sorry that you don't
Well, what are
understand.
the
Your
rules?
beef isn't with fucking Trump. It's
Well-
with Biden for letting so many fucking illegals in that we have to get rid of everyone as soon as possible, fucking so we can live, we can breathe, we can get back to a safe fucking border, safe
you
fucking
act
walking
like
out
she-
on the street. I'm
well,
sorry.
Geno.
And one last thing, and then I'll let my wife talk. I'm sorry, baby. And I'm sorry that you don't seem to understand that the rules fucking apply to you when you want to go through the fucking legal ways to get into this country. Follow your visa. And you violated it. And don't play. I don't
Are
mind
those
you
the rules
fucking
of a
fighting it, but
visa?
don't be like, why did this happen? What's the bigger picture? I'm not worried about a fucking thing. I'm sorry, baby. You know.
Are those the rules of a visa? You can't. Okay, you act as if she hopped over the border.
No, I know.
Like,
no, I do not. I
but
said
also-
countless
but
times.
also- but
she
what
was
are the-
following
what
the
are the
rules, and then
rules?
she broke them.
What are there? So the rules, it's okay for natural or born Americans, people born in this country, to say these things, but it's not okay for somebody in a college on a visa to say them. They need to be kicked out of the country.
Keanu, watch
Look
this.
up the rules
Yeah.
of a visa, and I don't know, but that sounds kind of crazy.
No,
to
it
me.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. If you want to become a
She's
citizen
in
of this country, let's say that I'm an MS-13 gang member, okay?
No,
And-
that has no. Why are you
and
comparing
and
her
I'm
to
an
that?
MS-13 gang member, and I want to be, and I go through the legal way of getting into this country. Who am I kidding? Let's pretend I'm fucking Al Qaeda, if that's even still a thing, even though Trump got. And I want to become a citizen of this country, and I go through the legal things, and you don't know I'm Al Qaeda, and then I start doing things that could lead to me committing terrorist act. Well, I better fucking keep my nose clean until I become a citizen. Then I can fucking, be involved in the fucking cover-up of 9/11. But don't act like, well, what I'm telling you, she violated her visa.
That's
She
the rules
she
on a
didn't
visa.
violate the Constitution.
That's the rules on
Something
a
the
visa.
liberals also don't understand. She violated her visa. Get the fuck out.
They didn't even, but here's the thing. That piece was obviously very in support. All right, don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's, just my fucking livelihood. So anyway.
I didn't know it would break. I'm so sorry.
So anyway, yeah, she got her shit taken from her.
Yes.
She got all of her shit taken from her. That piece was very not nice to her. If she violated her visa, wouldn't they have mentioned it? They didn't say. They just said that her visa is over. They didn't that piece.
I
that
would argue they said your visa is over because of what you did that violated it. That's why I think there's.
But also, and it wasn't even an opinion that was about the government, which is where the First Amendment really comes in. It was about the policies at the university. It wasn't even about the government.
I'm saying I think it's about the government because when she went after the university, she violated her visa. The stuff we read. That's what I would argue.
And even altogether, the only things that she said were against Israel and Israel's interests. I don't hear her discussing the interests of Americans or the rights or the legal processes in the United States.
Well, that's what Michaela says. Michaela says you're loudly wrong, and she didn't do shit, and she didn't receive due process. How do you know she didn't receive due process?
That's obviously.
I love that people love that. Due process is she received due process when she was given a visa. She received due process when she violated, and they said this is in violation of your visa. Now, she can do what she wants, but the bottom line is the due process is you violated your visa, you're out. And it's amazing.
If it were on the up and up, there wouldn't be an article about it. People wouldn't be talking about it.
There would be an article about it. There's countless articles about there are articles out about a circuit judge in Maryland trying to fucking repeal an executive order. That shouldn't be an article. They put articles about everything because they want to make the people on the left look like
what
victims.
your brother
Thank
is
you,
saying.
Max Lodes.
Well,
As Secretary of State Rubio said, if these people had told us they're going to come here to protest for Palestine, they wouldn't have granted them the student visa. I wish I'd been saying that. Thank you, big brother. That's the fact. And it's getting back to what you said. What did she do? Due process. She violated. It's like if you sign a contract saying, don't rob a bank, and you rob the bank. You're like, why am I going to jail? I want due process. Stop it. You're wrong.
She wrote an opinion piece at her college.
It's people that take her side right now that worry me more than, oh my God, Donald Trump is going to fucking throw us all out for this. No.
Why aren't the kids?
You lose your way siding with these fucking pieces of shit.
I'm just asking questions. Why aren't the kids that wrote the article that were born in America, why weren't they kicked out of college?
Why would they be?
Because they didn't violate any rules.
No, watch this. Look, the answer to your own question.
Here?
They did not violate any rules.
But
look at you. If you want to ask another question, you know the answer to?
So somebody who gets into college here on a visa, they can't have an opinion piece, and they're
They can
their
have an
paper?
opinion on all kinds of things. They can.
Well, they
argue.
can't. No, they can't though. Apparently.
So regardless,
Yes, they can. They just can't do it on terrorist organizations. As Rubio said, you can't support people that are committing genocide.
But the kids that were born here can.
Yes.
Well, that's
Apparently
weird.
they can. What? Watch this, Keanu. What did the kids that were born here violate?
What do you mean? They did the same exact thing that
No,
she
they
did.
didn't. They didn't violate their student visa, did they?
Okay, so rules for if you're born here, you can say whatever you want, but if you're on your visa, you better not say it.
If you're on your visa, don't violate it by saying what she particularly said.
and I'll even agree that if you're not a citizen yet, you don't get the full rights, and I'll even agree with that.
I guess.
But the meat of the issue isn't whether or not she should be here. The meat of the issue is standing against Israel in any meaningful way being now twisted into a criminal offense because we have seen that legal process happen since the beginning of this presidency. And you know better than anybody that no good crisis goes to waste with any of these powerful people. Trump is an old man who's got a lot of evil people carrying him on his shoulders right now.
Bingo!
Because the revolution is over.
Don't even
Larry
when you almost
Fink,
voted for Kamala.
Larry Fink is their
I never said that.
financial minister now. It's,
Larry Fink?
yes, the CEO of BlackRock. It's over. It's over, Geno.
I didn't know that.
I think he is. I hope I didn't sound like an idiot.
Toe says Geno looks like a Hamas terrorist. The balls on this guy.
I might have just said something that's not true. Let me
Baby,
see.
read some Rumble Rants. I'm sure Bob Fan and Patrice said something important. But again, what you're saying is like, I forget the first thing you said because I have a short attention span. That's why I interrupt so much. But yeah, like it's not. You said like, oh my God, so you're saying you're making it like it's particular, and in this case it is with Palestine and Hamas, but I'll say it again, and I'm not saying fuck you, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm saying you can't convince me otherwise that this is all because of the past 4 years. They let so much shit in. They let a guy that killed fucking, I always forget her name, Laken Riley. They let that guy, he should have fucking never, they let him get away with, they let these people get away with so much, and it's like, everyone's fucked. And so this is why I don't think, like, well, this is because it's Palestine and the Jews and stuff. I don't think it is. I think this just happens to be, and Trump's like, I don't have time for this. Fucking Biden fucked everything up, and now everyone's under a microscope. That's how I feel. I'm not like, this is a big thing with, and the BlackRock thing you're scared, but this is a big thing with
He's not the
Palestine.
I don't think he's. I thought he was up for grabs as the Secretary of
I love
Finance.
my wife. She's like, yeah.
Let me see.
While he's doing that, let's read some Rumble Rants. Thank you, baby.
Bob Fan and Patrice, thank you for the
There's
$1
ones
Rumble
above it,
rant.
by the way, you missed.
Are there?
Yeah, there definitely is.
Well, with all of the hubbub.
Yes, I agree.
Dun dun dun.
No, but unfortunately, no, he's not the financial Secretary of Treasury. Whatever we
Bob
had
Fan
out
and
for
Patrice,
grabs.
thank you for the $2. I think if you come here illegally and you start any trouble of any kind, you get the boot. There are no peaceful protesters getting sent to El Salvador.
Is that fair?
But is a visa illegally?
No, the visa is not illegal. A visa is
Well, then
legal
she didn't
until
come
you
here.
violate the terms of it.
She didn't come here illegally.
What's that?
She didn't come here illegally. Then that's why I said you act like she just hopped over the border.
No, I don't, honey. I said she had a student visa, but once you sign a student visa, you play by the rules. I even said if I sign a contract and I'm like, I'm not going to rob a bank, and I rob a bank, you're gone.
Bob Fan and Patrice, thank you for the $2 Rumble rant. By the way, I also think if you put ketchup on a hot dog, you get the boot.
Can I say 1,000%? Thank you, Bob. And I used to be. I'm lucky to be in this country. I used to be a hot dog on ketchup guy.
Bob Fan and Patrice, thank you for the $1 Rumble.
Look at that. That's
She's
why it's
not being
important.
deported. She's on her way back to Vermont.
Click on that.
Okay, you want me to click on it? Really?
Oh, good. So she didn't do anything wrong.
Vermont's nice. Valley News.
She did something wrong, but let's see. All right, what do you got, babe?
I'm bing 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 bing.
First start checks out. Bing, bing.
D. Here you go.
Valley News. What is this dated? Federal judge orders her detained in Louisiana back to Vermont. What day is this, baby?
March 25, 2025.
Jesus Christ! This, by the way, this happened back in March. People were like
It
already
was
happened.
published on 4/22/2025 at 9:01 a.m. So,
4/22. All right, so it is.
so
all right.
today.
So let's see. Make it big. Keep going. Keep going. The case of the TUFTS student who currently will continue in Vermont. Judge William Sessions ordered Immigration Customs ICE to transfer the. Look at this. So there. By the way, Michaela, I've got Lady Di giving the finger because it's not me. Another YouTube fucking scrub. Come over to Rumble fucking and chat. Back to Vermont. The federal government has 4 days to appeal. So this is called due process. This might tell us more. It concludes that she presented viable and serious habeas claims which warrant urgent review on the merits. Court plans to move expeditiously to a bail hearing and final disposition. Ozerk, who is Turkish, has been held, go up, baby, thank you, in ICE detention facility in some Brazil, blah, blah, blah. The prior evening, she was arrested in Brazil, by Clinton apartment. She was then whisked through New Hampshire and held in St. Albans, Vermont immigration facility overnight before being flown out legally. Before being flown out of International Airport early the following morning. Please go more. ICE argued that transferring her to Louisiana was necessary because, quote, there was no available bed space for her at a facility where she could appear for the hearing. By the way, this all comes under the acronym FAFO. Fuck around and find out. Why am I in Louisiana? We didn't have room here. You don't know that. Well, don't fucking break your visa and you don't have to find out. Where'd you go? In response, they submitted an affidavit from a Maine attorney that said that there were at least 16 open beds at the Cumberland County Jail. In his ruling, Sessions wrote that she has raised significant constitutional concerns with her arrest and detention, which merit full and fair consideration. They appear to have targeted her for co-writing an op-ed in TUFTS student newspaper. They criticized university leaders for the response to demands that the school divest from companies with ties to Israel. Her attorneys have said she has not been charged with the crime. There you go. That's important. I'm pleased the federal court has ruled to bring her home to New England and look forward to her bail hearing so she can be set free. There you go. So the system works.
Good.
Right?
We spent a bunch of money on that for no reason.
Don't even start with where our tax dollars are going. Don't even start with where our tax dollars are going, with what they're spending on this kid, this father from Maryland.
We ain't talking about him. Fuck that guy. Listen, I know. Fuck those guys. Those guys, get him out.
Yeah. No, I know. But, and you're right. But I'm saying, and you'll agree, and she's like, oh, our tax dollars on that. That's nothing. The tax dollars we're spending on this kid, this guy's like, oh, he's been deported. And we're flying not one, now a second fucking, governor or whatever, a Maryland congressman to, or some cunt from Oregon. We're flying her out there to see this MS-13 gang member. And she's not buying her own plane ticket. We are. That's insane.
So so she's free and not charged with a crime. So I thought you said that she violated her visa.
I said she was arrested for violating her visa. Michaela said she didn't get due process. She did, and they set her free. I never said. When did I say? When did I say she was guilty? I said she violated her visa. That's why they took her in, and then due process works. So we're all agreeing.
So she didn't violate her visa.
In the end, she didn't violate her visa. I'm saying the danger in all that. I'm saying the danger in that situation.
What did Steele say? I missed it. Go on.
Is a group of 6 undercover plainclothes border agents, whatever you want to call it, ICE, all that, immigration agents, whisking you away to a facility to make sure that this criticism of your university's policy to support a foreign country, let's all remember, the support of a foreign country can get you jammed up with plainclothes immigration agents. I think that's a.
There it is.
The fact that even happened is horrible.
I'm going to look like an asshole because I disagree.
Look, there they are.
I don't think you could put it any more clearly. And I'll say it again. This is Biden's fault because we talked about it. What happened to the university students? The citizens? Nothing.
Look
what
at
happened
these
to the
men
woman
taking
on
her
a visa?
away.
She got jammed up. You said it perfectly. Why? Because you keep your fucking nose clean if you want to be a resident of this country. Why are you being like that? Because the past 4 years we let anyone in for no reason. So now you're fucked. So now you went through all this shit. Yeah, it was wrong. Fuck you. We've got to do this now because of what's in here for the past 4 years. So don't blame me. Don't blame Trump. Fuck Michaela, and thank you for being a part of this. I'm kidding. She got her due process, and she deserved to be jammed up, and not because of Trump, because Trump can't fucking Trump. Who's got time to worry about every single piece of shit? And the people that happen to fall through the cracks, blame Biden.
But she didn't do anything.
Why is this happening? Ask the 8 million illegal fucking aliens or whatever, 2 million illegals that came in.
But
You know
she
what I mean?
didn't
Like,
do
that's how it
anything.
has to
She
be
didn't
now.
do
Also,
that.
listen, I will say fuck Biden, of course, but I'll also acknowledge that was all a lot bigger than Biden. As we discussed earlier, this whole plan is a lot bigger than Biden, and it snuck its way in. I think this is I think it's a bit performative.
Sure.
And I think he was.
Yeah, I agree.
You say keep her
I
nose
agree.
clean.
Well said.
And you said keep her nose clean. I argue if she even really got her nose messy to begin with, because if that is something you can get jammed up for, it's not like if the cops came to her dorm and arrested her and said people are saying that you're a suspect of terrorism, and then it found out this was a shitty call that somebody made because the university's mad at you, then I wouldn't even be talking about this.
Sure.
I mean this new fancy apparatus and why it's going to be after all the deportations are done, after all the shitums are gone. These security agencies don't just magically go away because the job's done.
Oh,
it's a snake
like the
that eats
Patriot
its
Act
tail.
went away?
Exactly. Like the Patriot Act went away, like the KGB went away, like the Gestapo went away. It just ends up eating our own.
Like federal income tax went away?
Yeah, like it's all just going to end up eating our own. Especially because, the revolution has been bought.
I don't disagree. I'm not worried about it. I've got more shit to worry about. And I'm more worried about how we got into this situation. And I think we both agree. Even Michaela will agree, shout out, that it's like, it was like, oh, sorry, you got jammed up. That is, I think we, like in hindsight, what a fun show this is right now. But in hindsight, it's like, yeah, she got jammed up and she went through a lot of shit. And that's a message to everyone on a visa. We don't have time for your shit. And maybe they knew the whole time she's going to be fine. Maybe they made sure to fucking get these scary ICE agents dragging her away.
Well,
maybe
that
they
doesn't
made sure it was
seem right.
What's that, babe?
No, that doesn't seem right. They need 6 ICE agents to take away a college student because she wrote I mean.
I didn't say it definitely happened. I'm
saying even if. I'm saying.
Do you want to talk about all the people that were in jail for fucking J6? How much time they spent? Does that seem fair? Does that seem fair?
I'm not.
But I mean, one person to set an example well within the legal limits of the government that the left is going to cover because they do their work for you. Fuck yeah. You put how many people in jail for January 6th when no one even how'd they get through the 2-ton doors? They were open from the inside.
Yes, they were.
Fucking what about the Epps guy? He yelled, "Let's go in," and he was and how about when we asked fucking the FBI? Were there? I can't answer that. And you two fucking liberals. I know you're not, neither of you.
Shut up.
You're gonna sit there and worry about. Thank God this hijab where she's the poster child for this shit.
Okay,
she's wearing a hijab, which I have no problem with.
Did she
but
do
this
something
will
wrong
send
or
a
not?
message. You know what I mean? One woman who fucking violated her visa. And turns out she didn't. And by the way, guess the system works.
You're weird to pivot. We weren't talking about January 6th.
What did I pivot on?
You said, well, what about January 6th?
Keanu, it's not a pivot when I use an example of something far worse.
You're like, no, this is worse than this.
Did I pivot?
I will. Yeah, I don't know why you brought it up because listen, you're talking. You're talking to somebody. I don't believe. I
know you don't. But you even
we can't do. Because that's what I remember. I used to do that when I was a communist. When
but what about this?
Pointed out the bad shit about the Soviet Union or any little movement that I decided I was going to support that week, I would always go, but the UN. No, this is supposed to be better. And while I see the pendulum swinging in the general direction of what I want, I can see all the massive amount of bullshit.
Can I point out why this wasn't a pivot, in my opinion?
How?
Whatever we call it, she used the wrong stupid woman. You used the wrong word.
Can I point out why this wasn't ad hominem, in my opinion? You just said it's like, well, you can't do this to one person. You kind of can because it literally is within the bounds of the system. And I didn't say they did it on purpose. I said it works out perfectly that it's so scary. But I'm telling you, when you have people that are conspiring, when you have the FBI covering stuff up, okay, that is the wrong way to do things, okay? Sure. And I'm not saying, look what they did. We only did this. I'm like, that's the wrong way to do things. This is completely legal. This is not a pivot. This is me saying this woman on her visa may have violated. They took her in. They transported her. And you even said it. Don't violate your visa if you don't want to get jammed up. And it wasn't like it was fucking obvious she didn't violate it. It was questionable. It's not a pivot. It's not ad hominem when you say the FBI, anyone with half a brain knows they covered it up. The fucking J6 people were in jail for years to stop you from peacefully protesting, okay? This woman, we're stopping fucking the problem sent in by Biden. All these illegals, and we said you could get jammed up for violating your visa, which you're not allowed to do. You know what you are allowed to do? Peacefully protest. You know what you're not allowed to do? It's treason. If you work for the FBI, conspire to stop fucking to violate the Constitution, which is free speech. Do you still think it's a pivot, Captain Ad hominem?
No, I said pivot. He said
it's the same thing.
But what about this argument, which is a much better phrase?
Also, she wasn't illegal.
Right.
But
she had a visa.
She wasn't illegal. She violated her visa.
No, she didn't. They found out.
Thank you.
Right.
They found out through due process.
By 6 masked men arresting her because
That's
she
how
wrote
got
a college
arrested.
because she wrote a college paper.
Do you want to tell about the guy that had the FBI show up at his door? I saw a guy fucking that wanted to fight back against 9/11. They sent fucking the FBI to his sister's house. That's what the government does, and that's just government corruption.
Well, that's terrible. Okay, so you
had no problem with
you had no problem when they did it
to you had no problem when they did it to, who's the guy who was on Chrissy's show?
I don't like it when it's done to anyone.
No one cared when they did it to Roger Stone, even though he was completely innocent. No one cared when they did it to Donald Trump.
But what about this?
When they let Joe Biden slide for the same thing they tried to charge Donald Trump with. This is what bothers you? That's
what
a pivot.
About this?
That is a pivot.
No, you're just saying, but what about this? What about this? What about this? We were just talking about this one situation.
What are you talking about?
We were just talking about this one situation. And
I was explaining how everything the government did was legal and within the realm of the law. I did happen to say maybe they wanted to scare him, and it works out perfectly. It translates to the news because you want to scare these other people on visas. Be like, hey, play by the rules. Marco Rubio said it.
Didn't break any rules.
But again, there's a big difference between saying, I think you may have violated your visa, and here's why, and we'll give you due process, versus, and you can say this is a pivot, I don't think it is, versus having the FBI cover up fucking a peaceful protest and put people in jail for years.
But what about this, you say?
I think, all I'm saying is I think they will not, when the time comes, they will not hesitate to do the same thing to citizens who have the same opinion. Why would you even have to ask that? Interests of money and power globally? Nobody would turn the guns on their own citizens for securing money and power. And
I know you're angry. I'm angry.
Sometimes you have to point at the board and remind people.
Because you're right. Joe Biden fucked it all up. And not even so much him. Whoever was the people controlling the dead state.
Without a doubt. And that's why it's not ad hominem when we're in, to quote Midnight Run, look, you're in this mess because you're in this mess. It's not a pivot to say, this is where we are. This is how we clean it up. This is how we clean it up. And when you're doing something within the realm of the law versus what a fucking violation of everyone's rights were and how and I'm sorry, it's not Russia. They had the January 6th commission, which didn't have Trump. Didn't have any fucking Republicans and literally lied. They're like, bodyguard said Donald Trump, this is how the left lies. Donald Trump is cognitively impaired. He's weak. He's old. And yet he reached over the fucking SUV and grabbed the steering wheel of the Secret Service agent and tried to change the direction of the vehicle. That's a lie. They're telling you exactly what they did. This is called transparency. And you can debate it like we are, and I love it. Whether it's a ad hominem, pivot, fucking due process.
But about
you know exactly what happened, which is why we can discuss it. We have no idea what happened on January 6th. And it's not a pivot. The fact is the regime was so corrupt for the past 4 years. This, to quote my cousin Eugene, this is what you got.
You were ready to say before she got her due process that she violated her visa. Turns out she didn't.
No, Keanu. I said she was accused of violating her visa.
I get what Geno's saying.
This is how people on the left talk.
I get what Geno's saying. He's saying that the whole process is shown in front of us, and it's not like January 2nd. I at least get that point.
How dare you talk like the left? I said she was in violation. She was accused of she violated her visa. I sat here saying, I don't know what it is. We sat here reading an article, trying to find out what it was.
You didn't say she was accused.
Oh, my God. Anyway, let's see what Pete says.
Oh.
Perfect. If the U.S. is so bad, why do these kids want to get student visas to come here? That old argument.
Well, I mean, it
Perfectly
wasn't
put.
criticizing the U.S. It was criticizing Israel.
Oh, Pete, I think it's by design. They want to come here and try to collapse this beloved country the same way in which Rome was collapsed from within by all the corrupt politicians. By that,
There's plenty.
days.
Yes, there's plenty. There's plenty of those. There's plenty. Like the fucking one guy that there's some socialists, the PSL. They were handing out flyers with this dude's face on it. I did 3 seconds research on the guy. He's lived in like 3 different countries and he's participated in protests in all of them. Throw him out.
Yeah.
He's the one they said, oh, he has kids. Fuck him. He's been here 3 years. Obviously throw the guy out.
Look at that, Keanu. By the way, all the January 6ers were in jail for 4 years with no due process, and they were all U.S. citizens.
Terrible.
So this is not a pivot. This is
No,
the point.
it's
Because
terrible,
of shit
but
like
one-
that, we've got to do shit like this, and they're playing by the rules when they do shit like this.
The
It's
only
terrible, but one thing doesn't have to do with the other. Nobody thought that was okay.
Do you think one thing doesn't have to do with the other?
I think they do have to do with each other only in the
Thank
fact
you.
that I think both are bad. Obviously, January 6th is worse because of the scale and what it meant.
Of
But I'm
U.S.
saying-
citizens who were denied their rights.
As I'm saying is that I can't celebrate too hard that the past 4 years are over
Can't party. Come
when
on.
I know that it doesn't have to do with the past 4 years being over. It has to do with the past 50 years continuing on the same course because the revolution got bought.
Okay, that I can agree with, but also I would argue I'm not worried about it because of Trump's first administration. And this is why I keep going back to the Epstein list. That's the one thing that makes me say, ooh, maybe Jake's right. Maybe I should be. But I'm telling you.
where the fuck is that?
What's that?
Where's that? I thought that was supposed to be coming out.
So, baby, so did I.
Yeah.
Watch this. I won't argue. Baby, so did I.
The 4 things that never change, Geno.
Yep, he said it. Say it again because I'm going to forget.
And I love it. I'll remember it.
Pedophilia, banking, the medical system in Israel.
Baby,
Bingo,
everything.
bingo,
Baby, you
bingo.
want to win an argument from now on because, I get carried away. Be like, yeah, you Trump boy, what about Epstein's client list? And I'll be like, don't, because I'm telling you, I agree, baby. That
Yeah.
concerns
What
me.
is
Oh, we
it?
got all these deportations, and I can say retard it, but I still can't own a house, and this insulin's going to put me into debt.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. There's MAGA.
Look at that. MAGA.
I agree.
MAGA.
Go on, baby.
I threw
But that is, we'll
Here,
never
text-
go back to that one more time, baby. We'll never agree because I don't think it's a pivot or ad hominem. I'll say it again. All this shit that fucking Biden did, this especially,
Geno,
this is why you get to where we are with this
Geno,
other shit.
I want you to look in my eyes. I want you to breathe in through your nose, hold it, and then exhale through your mouth.
Do it again, me.
That was good.
She's funnier than me.
All right.
But what about January 6th?
I think, unfortunately, you are used to talking to people who are so out of the realm of your belief that you have to explain elementary shit a lot. Or you are talking to people within your realm too much
Don't put it
that
in my way.
everything's a
Ow.
secret alchemy
Maybe.
language that everybody gets.
Maybe.
Some pig Latin. But right now, let's talk about broad strokes.
There
We
you
get
go.
it. January 6th
That's
was
how the
bad.
Bob Scott here.
January 6th, bad.
Biden was
Not
bad.
fair.
Hey, to
Yeah.
give equal time, especially the YouTubers, is the best pig Latin joke in the world? Pat Dixon. He goes,
Ah,
you know,
because
right?
it's Dixon Pat if you say pig.
no. He goes, I don't say the N word, people. He goes, I also don't say the I word. Igernay.
That's good. That's funny. No one can say he's
That
not
is a
funny.
By the way,
Or that he doesn't have the good right hook.
That is a Pat Dixon joke. The I word, Igernay. You get it? It's
Read
it's
the-
pig Latin.
Here's how I see it, Geno. Is
Yeah.
that good? Great. International, this soft pinko internationalism. Good, it's done. People have kind of agreed that we don't want that. At least Americans, we agree that we don't want that. The majority of us.
Yeah.
But we are not out of the woods in any scenario. And in fact, we might be getting into some deeper woods or
See,
woods
I'm
just
not
as
worried
deep.
about that. I'm
or
worried
woods
that
just
you
as
think
deep.
that because I know you're more politically savvy than, well, obviously me, but a lot of people. But yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like, is it fair to say, like, your foresight, you're like, this could lead to this, could lead to this. I'm entrenched, and you know me, I might live in the past a little bit. I'm entrenched, and now I'm like, what a shitty 4 years. And I just think Trump is like trying to fix it as best he can. And I'm telling you, it's such a shit mess because of what we let them get away with at the border, what we let them get away with Karine Jean-Pierre, what we let them get away with, with all the lies, the FBI, no one goes to jail with Fauci. It's like, I just don't. I can't even worry about the future.
Yeah, left-wing internationalism is definitely way more messy. You can't hide it too well.
Yeah.
You can't hide it too well. But the only thing, is that when you take into account the 4 things that don't change, and you're up to date on all the news story, there you mentioned shit that I don't know about, just news story, the day-to-day shit.
Pedophilia.
Any new
The big banks.
Yes.
The Dabbleverse.
No, not
and
maybe pedophilia.
Schmimilila.
Pan-fried
coffee.
When it comes to all, if you include the Dabbleverse,
that's about as much as I got.
I like the Dabbleverse better because at least I feel like entertained by that and I don't feel as helpless.
Tell us the 4 things one more time so I can commit it to memory.
When it comes to the 4 things that don't change, all the policies that you read, all the new acts.
What are the 4 things that don't change? I mean, I'm not quizzing you.
Pedophilia, banking, the medical industry.
Yeah.
We'll even throw housing in there a little bit too. And Israel.
The Jews, yeah. There you go.
But when it comes to, you read the news story, any news story you read, any new grand thing that fucking Trump and his administration, they parrot out there, or Elon, ask yourself, does this mess with the plan? Really look into the law, what it does, what it's going to do. Does this fuck with the plan? And you're going to find that a lot of it just doesn't.
Hey,
that's good. Ominous music.
Rumble rant time. Rumble rant time. Rumble rant time.
Cow Patty, what say you, buddy?
Osama bin Laden went to American universities. Why can't we get the baddies out before they do harm?
Listen, you guys are missing the fucking point that I'm making. Get them out. I don't care. I told you that. I get it. I'm just saying.
She wrote a paper for a college.
And not even against the government, just against, hey, can you guys not like give a bunch of our tuition money to that? Even maybe she didn't pay for her own tuition. I don't even know. I'm just, if it was like they said that she had a pipe bomb and that she had fucking flags under her bed.
That would be in violation of her visa and all of the American laws. Like it just seems.
I see it being used on us. It's just so easy.
Here you go, Eugene. You got a few more.
You don't throw out a shiny new tool once you got it. I've never seen these plainclothes things before. It's cool, and they're gonna want to keep doing that. Because I like to put myself in the elite's position. I want to do all this.
Right.
The fucking and they're gonna have black jackets that are slim, and they're gonna say we're with the police, and it's gonna be cool, and there's gonna be SUVs. They're not just gonna stop doing that.
Well, they don't stop doing anything, but it's why they're doing it. And right now, I like why they're doing it. I'm sorry.
Listen, I agree, but again,
and if it weren't for the thing we keep talking about, the Epstein list, I feel like I'm not worried about it getting, and I'm still not worried about it getting out of hand. I don't think it's going to evolve. I think Trump is different. Everyone else is why it evolved to this. And here's something that might give you recompense. Want to
know why I'm worried about that Epstein list?
What's that, babe?
Want to know why I'm worried about that Epstein list?
Why?
I do indeed, me. Thank you.
I'm on it.
I believe that.
I went on that plane. Best time of my life.
Geno is the only person that went on Epstein Island to clean the fucking toilets.
You don't miss a beat.
I did. I got a job cleaning the toilets. There were many, many pretty girls. There was an island. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton.
Go on, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Did Trump,
it was best time of my life.
Did Trump go to Epstein Island?
I mean, probably. Even if
Trump was way earlier. Trump.
He was there very early. Every time we had to board the flight, he was the first man.
What did you do on the flight? Did you make people coffee or anything? Man?
After I cleaned the toilets, I made everyone, including Joe Rogan and George Soros.
Joe Rogan was never on the flight.
I'm just spitting out. And Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton,
sure.
The Clinton children, little known sister Jubilee Clinton. She was also on the flight. Jeffrey Epstein
is usually smarter than me.
Woody Allen was also on the flight with his child bride.
Sure.
And then I made them all pan-fried coffee.
But how was there a pan on Epstein's plane? I mean,
there were pans on those planes, plenty of them. There was a full-blown kitchen.
You know how awful you got to feel if you're a pedophile elite in the 70s or like the 80s. I forget when it was. And you fucking Stanley Kubrick comes out with a movie like the year after he gets invited, and you're like, oh, fuck. I liked him. I really liked you.
Yeah, it's true. Want to know who else was on the flight?
I'd love to, me.
Mother Cabrini.
She never touched the stuff, I thought.
No, she was on that flight. Been going on a lot longer than you think.
I think she was dead way before that flight.
Bernie Sanders was on the flight.
Harvey, did you say Harvey Sanders?
Harvey Weinstein as well was on the flight.
Did you combine Harvey Milk with Barry Sanders?
Harvey Milk was on the flight.
All right, see, I'm done. Am I
Shakira was on the flight. Beyonce. Jay-Z, P.
What do
Diddy,
you think
Kanye West.
Who's the guy that fucked his 14-year-old cousin?
A lucky motherfucker.
Oh!
God damn it, you're good.
What do you think of Elon?
I like him.
Huell Hauser was on the flight.
Why? Here we go, me. We're gonna have another. Do we have more rants?
It's-
about
it's-
Elon
I
Musk
am
was
become
on the
meme.
flight.
What?
Elon Musk was on the flight. Huell Hauser was on the flight.
Who was?
Walter Cronkite was on the flight.
He was dead before it. No.
No, he was on the
Just
flight.
Amelia Earhart was on the flight.
Amelia
She tried to get there
Orville
herself.
and Wilbur were also on the
They
flight.
weren't. Stop it.
Yes, they were.
Why
Sissy
don't-
Spacek was on the flight.
I've got to ask my friend me. Why don't you like Elon Musk? I'm not saying you're wrong. I
Ooh.
like him. Why don't you like him?
I am become meme. I've basically become dark MAGA. I'm living the meme.
Ugh.
Fucking corn. He's a cornball.
I love it.
Good. Who cares if
I'm
he's a
with you.
cornball?
I'm with you.
Yeah, but I don't. Watch this. I'm not saying fuck you. Okay, he's a cornball.
This psychopath. It's not enough that he's rich and he has all these fancy gadgets. Like he's got to just be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
See, I don't
And
even follow that.
this wanton unelected official that's just taking an axe to everything.
Let me ask you.
Half of the shit I agree with again.
I gotta stop you right there because unelected official.
Yes.
Okay, tell me if any of these people were elected.
Are we
Agreed.
going to use an argument against me, but people that I don't like anyway?
No, but to prove the point, because people that I don't like, and it's certainly not you, I adore you, John Mayorkas, Anthony Fauci, none of these people
Yeah,
were elected.
of course. Get rid of all. And I'm saying,
Yes, but here's the
he
thing.
joins the ranks.
And so to get us back on track, the reason I like fucking Musk, even though he wasn't elected, Trump campaigned saying he's going to do Doge and blah blah blah, and I voted for Trump knowing that Biden I don't know where that Musk would be doing that. So I get that he's unelected, but I don't give any gravitas to that unelected thing because no one's elected. The president's elected. He appoints fucking people. He even appointed the vice president who was elected, before. So it's like I don't go with the unelected thing. But go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but why
Only
don't you like
especially
him?
because we've seen him more than we've seen Trump, at least in the early times.
Ah,
Fucking Elon.
I'm a
And
nerd.
I do not like the fact that before the election, him and Vivek Ramaswamy went on Twitter and went on an anti-American rant saying how we need to extend H-1B visas
Oh.
to Indians to be able, because Americans are too lazy because they think about going out with their girlfriend and playing video games too much.
You're
And
right.
that dude got so much backlash.
He bounced out of Doge.
And he's like, oh, you guys, and not just Vivek, because he was shit that could be wiped off of the ass cheek, of course. But fucking Elon, he's got too much money and too much shit invested in Trump. They couldn't kick him, and he backpedaled on it. Because, oh no, I'm not cool and hip anymore. Oh, you guys like the good meme. He just went back on it officially. I'm sure they're going to just do it anyway because they don't care about the action. They don't want to get in front. They don't want to get in the way of the real plan.
Uh-huh.
He was a coward that because for his own grandiosity got rid of something that was actually America first.
But do you like Tesla?
No, I don't.
That's Elon, by the way.
I don't fucking dumb electric car, shitty fucking Cybertruck.
I don't
Listen,
either.
I-
I hate
everything-
electric cars. I think they're bullshit.
This
And
guy
I think
does not have America first in his heart.
Everything-
any
What do you
capacity.
think we'll get right with you. Don't go away, Elon. I have to ask him one question.
This
then
is
you
how
can-
I felt at school. Everyone ignored me.
Every mouth needs to be readjusted. Hold on one sec. Wait, what happened, Elon?
Everyone ignored me. That's why I jizz in so many women.
It's like the second what? It's like the second Black Mirror stuff. But so you don't like what he's doing with Doge, and then you can defend yourself.
I mean, half of it, obviously, some of the dumb shit that we've just been pouring money into for no particular reason.
Half of it?
Sure, at least, yes, half of it.
Do
Which
you
should have
think
been done
anyone else-
anyway. Which should have been done. Those things should have been done
But they
anyway.
weren't.
And again, they weren't.
But he's doing it.
He's doing it, and that's
And
great.
they weren't, but now he's doing
And
it.
then the other half of it is shit that's disenfranchising working veterans, all of these other American citizens who
Yeah.
voted for
They're
Trump
getting
and
due
administration.
process. Very
Oh.
few people are getting screwed over by Doge. You can
No,
listen to
they're
all
not.
the lies you're hearing, okay? But that is not true. They ask him to verify simple things, and they lose their mind. Can you give? I'll Google.
this
I'll
guy is
Google
the
anything
arbiter?
you want right now of an article that shows like they haven't touched Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. Haven't touched.
Oh,
it.
no, we
These
have.
veterans that are losing their mind are screaming at a fucking Tim Walz, that fucking tampon faggot, for stolen valor. They're not yelling. No one is taking money from veterans. No
Oh.
one is. You can say they're looking into. They destroyed the Board of Education. Why? Why? The Department of Ed. Why? Because 91% of it went to administration, and we are the dumbest fucking country. Basically, we're 20 ranks lower than we were when it started because it's all an NGO money funneling opportunity. It's so fucking corrupt. And I'm not saying anyone couldn't do it, but I'm saying Elon is. Right, Elon?
Oh, I love taking money from the veterans. I take it all the time.
No,
This
I do.
unelected immigrant
Here we go.
is now the arbiter of government spending, which is
Yes,
in control.
thank you for saying that.
But
Why? Well, can I say one thing on Bud? The people that were in control were wasting it, and they were Americans taking our money to keep for themselves. So I don't give a fuck who is saving me money. I don't give a fuck who's a part of destroying income tax, hopefully completely, but at least for people that make under 150 grand, which isn't us, we make millions. But you know what I mean? Like, so, but what?
not but I should say.
That doesn't-
He engaged in his performative slashing, half good, half bad. While he already showed his true colors that he thinks that the American people are too lazy to work for his brilliant
It seems
esteemed
like
I
that
do-
one thing
I
he
do
said is
think that.
really set you
because
off.
it, you know what? Because it
I believe
shows who he is. Somebody who cares about his business. If his business and he is doing good, that means everybody's doing good. Because
Oh,
Elon
yes.
Musk is just the greatest guy ever, who we all needs to not
And
only
then
give our money
finally
to, but
people
think
will
that
like
he's a nice
me.
man.
I don't think this has anything to do with him running Doja. I believe you. I don't know enough to dispute you.
It's
so I
pronounced Doge.
what?
It's pronounced Doge.
Why are you?
pronounced
Why do
douche.
you look so angry?
I'm mad because you
My penis
mispronounced
was
it.
mangled in an accident
I
because
was
I need to
mangled
get it bigger.
in an
Was it
accident.
mangled?
I've
That's
had-
what I'm hearing.
I
What-
was born a 2, and
Oh.
then I had so many surgeries thinking I'd be an 8, but now I'm a 5.
Listen, if you guys don't think that Elon's a real African, how do you explain the distended belly?
Oh, look, it's a puppet. I love that. And I hate
If you wanna
veterans.
No, badass. I love Kiki. Oh, it's so stupid. So all I'm saying is, like, I get that you might not like him because of what he said, you know, with Vivek and stuff. But I love what he's doing, and he's bringing in intelligent computer people. And
One question.
yeah, what do you mean?
Where are these intelligent computer people coming from?
They took one
Oh,
from you. I
ooh,
know they
ooh.
took. Tell him.
I am birthing the intelligent
No, that's not
computer
it.
people.
No,
Do you know how many women I've jizzed in?
18.
Populate the earth. Populate
Anyway,
the
that's
earth.
coming.
You got
It's a
one
frat
for you.
party at the White House.
You-
What's coming?
Watch this. I love this
Finally,
bit. Hey, do
people-
you want to watch this? You want to drink? You want
Oh.
to drink?
Okay, wait. You
Watch this.
make
Do
me
this
do
drink.
this. Why do you make me? Give me some of that.
Here you go.
Give me some
There
of
you go.
that. Cool, right?
That's
Let's
my
get
idea,
the
but I really
funnel.
like it now.
That's how you know it's a bad idea. You came up with it all by
See the-
yourself.
Populate the earth.
See the math's like-
Populate
Not
the
now,
earth
Elon.
with
All
my
I'm saying is, I think,
penis.
regardless of your feelings on what he said about the H1N1 visa or whatever it was, like I like that he's cleaning stuff up, and people, I think it's a lot of bullshit. He's not taking money from where it's necessary. Don't get me wrong.
I am.
He might be slowing it, and then you have to verify. But this is more of the same. This is the exact same thing I said with immigration, but now it's with our money because they let it go on, and not just Biden. Trump included the first time because he didn't do anything about it. Like,
Daddy?
just government since the fucking 50s. Since they killed fucking JFK, and we didn't get anything from that. That's another
and you
thing
never
want to
will.
say. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Another thing Trump lied about. Ever since, this is where it's got, and it's been so bad that fucking. I'm sorry. Even if you're legit, it's like when there's a school shooting and everyone like just raises their hands and leaves. They're like, nope. We got to watch every one of you leave. I didn't shoot anyone. Doesn't matter. Somebody did. But this is the inverse because most of the people are school shooters and a few people aren't. So I have no problem with them making them verify. I don't. And if that's the way it has to go, trust me, it's worth it in the long run because every fucking veteran is also a taxpayer. So while you're worried about the one thing with your veteran benefits, there's 9 things with your tax dollars they're fixing. So fucking I can't imagine anyone would have a problem with it. And the only veterans I see bitching are the ones yelling at Tim Walz, who's a delusional piece of shit. Sure, you agree with that.
Sure. I don't think about Tim Walz, but
Populate the
there's
earth.
not much to think
Not
about.
now, Elon.
Populate the earth with my penis.
Yeah, there's Tim. There's
Hey,
not much
Elon,
to
watch
think
this.
about with
Hey,
Tim.
Elon, did you
Oh,
want,
I
Elon,
don't want any more.
Have one more.
I already had a.
have one more drink, Elon.
Why?
Have one more drink.
You know what this does to me. Thank you. This makes me cool.
I don't know. I like
Before I wanted to be President Trump's
This is like
best
fucking Mark
friend.
Zuckerberg.
I don't mind you. No, it's not. How's
I
it
am
like
like
him?
that.
And a creepy autistic multi fucking.
Oh,
billionaire.
yes,
Okay,
exactly.
Then it is. Then it is. But Zuckerberg's a piece of shit.
And so am I.
So is he. What's
You
there's no
shouldn't be
difference.
volunteering that. What's that?
I am a piece of shit.
I disagree.
Before I wanted to be Trump's best friend,
Like
I wanted to be a school shooter
these
because
people,
I was bullied so much.
these fucking people, they're creepy, inhuman. They're not human.
Yes,
like they think that they're
precisely.
Egyptian gods, that they're like these. They want to transcend their dirty humanity and become
Yes.
beings of light. Like you
Thank
can't
you.
trust this kind of dude, this type of financial internationalist with the
so
future of your
much.
country.
Thank you for understanding exactly where I'm coming from.
These people don't see countries. They don't see countries. They just see populations of people they can shift around so they can make a
All
new
right, so
amount
let-
Olympics.
I can shift the moon. You
They're
want the moon,
bored.
Jakey?
You know how bored you
I'll throw
are,
a lasso
You know
Elon?
what
over
this
it?
is like for me? Because Elon used to be voiced by Steve, remember? It's like when they replace a character like
Yeah.
on Roseanne, or if you're old like me on Bewitched, it's like,
Three's
what do you
Company
think of this new
too.
guy playing Elon? I love it. I love it.
I hate myself.
Read the super chats, Elon. There's some good ones that pertain
I
to
don't
what we're
think I
talking
can without craning my neck, but I'll come back later.
about. Come back later. You're great.
Ta-ta for
I
now.
love it. There you go.
Populate the earth. Populate the earth with my dick.
Fuck it, I liked it better when they couldn't
If-
see me.
Watch this. Let me ask you this simply put, and Elon's great. Thank you. What would you so would you rather have Elon doing what he's doing for Doge or having no one doing it? Because someone's got to do it, and I think he's most qualified.
I think the entire operation is compromised considering who's doing it.
So you don't trust Elon to do
I
it?
listen.
No,
I think
why?
that
Why
they're
should
going to
we?
do things that are good. They're going to do things that should have been done and that are good, but they're going to fuck us from the other side. If you
I don't know
think
what you mean.
there's a new with the fall of Biden, the fall of the Democratic Party, because it's done.
Collapse.
It's the collapse. There is now, even though the deep state, whatever that means to you, like you said earlier, your higher power, whether it's that or a microphone stand, one of the pukiest things I've ever heard. As a guy who's been in
What were
years
you,
of
at my
AA
birthday
rooms,
show or something?
years of AA rooms. It's like, oh, I don't, you higher power if it's just a microphone, even if it's just a guy next to you. I fucking want to.
He's mean. He's right, but he's mean. Go on.
The whole thing, I think the whole thing is, it's just the whole thing is compromised. I don't even know where I went. That tangent completely threw me
I'm
off.
just
Where was
saying,
I at? Keanu, please, where was I at?
Simply put, if Elon's not doing it, and I know you get confused, he was just here. I don't want to bug him yet. If Elon's not doing it,
Yeah, there's a new
do you want
reshuffling
someone
of
else
power.
doing it or no one doing it? And if you want someone else doing it, who do you want doing it?
In the wake of the fall of the Democratic Party and the fall of a lot of different politicians and individual people, either based on reputation or criminal charges, there's a new and also with the economy being shit, they know that the money doesn't mean anything anymore. It's all going to go to shit really soon. It's going to have to rebuild. Yeah. It's now a scramble, like the scramble for Africa when all the powers saw this new fertile land. It's a new scramble for power. Who's going to replace who with the vacuums that are going to be filled? It's just they're going to throw bread to the presidents as Caligula did at the beginning of his reign. But there's just it's a new pyramid.
Let them eat cake, am I right?
You're so proud that you knew that line, aren't you?
As Elon yes.
By the way, Caligula, Elon,
Marie
sorry.
Antoinette, I'd like to jizz in her.
But what did Caligula say? Was it Caligula his people?
Caligula said, make my horse a senator and holy fuck, my sister's ass looks juicy.
Oh, he's
He said
funnier
something
than
like
me.
that.
I have to go.
But who said give them bread and circuses? Was that was Nero?
Yes, yeah.
All right, read the super chats, Elon.
They're rumble rant.
Thank you. I'll drink. Actually,
Rumble
we have to do a
rant
shot,
time,
yeah.
rumble rant time, rumble rant time. Bob Fan and Patrice, the rules are by the
You
way.
got paper towels, thank you, baby.
You're
I'm not
more than
saying that I
welcome.
don't-
Bob Fan and Patrice, the rules are behave, learn the language, contribute to society, or else hit the bricks.
This guy gets it. Thank you.
I'm
Bob.
not saying that's not true.
I wasn't saying it
I
either.
don't think
Yeah.
you're saying that at all. I guess.
Bob Fan and Patrice, go to China. Thank you for the $1 Rumble rant. Go to China, apply for citizenship, and start protesting on behalf of Taiwan. Good luck to you. Same goes for Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and Palestine. Okay, good point. However, is America supposed to be like any of those countries?
Yeah, China. Yeah, are we supposed to be like China?
Get out of! I cannot work under these conditions.
Jake and Louie are here. Look.
I saw them. But yeah, no, America's not supposed to be like any of those countries. Am I wrong, Jake and or Louie?
No, yeah, we're not supposed to be like China. Yeah, China's
Right.
and unfortunately, and here's the thing, and I hate and let's appease. I say appease. Let's give Geno some bread here. Is that I agree that I hate that the left. I hate that they called Trump and Elon fascists and
Right.
Nazis because they're not. In no sense of the definition are they actual fascists.
Of course not. We're not.
Unfortunately,
Well-
I do think that. Maybe to a less extent, Trump, because I think he's just tired and he wants some vengeance against.
Well,
the people
how
who did
about
wrong.
the
And I have no problem with that.
Sure, but I think that they do want to make us more like China and Russia, which aren't. China's more. I mean, China is kind of functionally fascist. but I
I'd
think they want
a
strongman
fascism
bullshit.
thing with Musk. Populate the earth. That's fascist, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they did like the National Socialists did like their breeding camps for teenagers. Thank you.
See, there you go. I mean, I'd call it a little fascist.
But
don't
I
know.
think that the thing that separates fascists from the Trump administration is I think that fascists made an attempt to give their people bread.
Thank you, Anthony, for the lighter. If
Thank
you want
you.
it, I'll send it with
populate
the
the
jacket.
earth. Populate the earth, cause I'm a fascist.
Anyway,
Yeah, they're not. I don't think that they're fascists.
Not.
But I think they want to
yet.
drag us into a sort of Russia-style strongmanning.
I don't.
Oligarchic.
I'm not saying
think
I
they do.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't. Read the Rumble. Sorry, baby.
Will do.
Thank you, buddy. I don't, but I'm not saying you're wrong, and I yield. Like I would
I
never
think
be
it
like
could be
you're an
going that
idiot.
way.
Like you know your shit, but I just don't. Oh, let me just say this. I ain't worried about that. I got other shit to worry about. I'm glad. I love the way they're doing it, and it's like everything. It's like, well, this poor shit collateral damage. Can't be bothered. And look, I'll be the first to admit I'm an asshole. Blame Biden. And you can call that a pivot and ad hominem, and I have no problem with that. But it's like I can't get out of my Biden fucked this up so much. And the incomplete existing government did. And all these people that are bitching about not like all these leftists like, oh, this guy has access to he had PayPal. He doesn't care about your social. It's all these people that have been in government for 20 years, making 5 figures, and somehow they're multimillionaires saying this millionaire is going to take your money. It's such hypocrisy.
Populate the earth.
Sure, I don't trust anything coming from them specifically.
All right, Rumble Rant. I'm sorry, baby.
Rumble rant time. Rumble rant time. Rumble
Teal
rant
Hank
time.
hanging out with us. Thank you, buddy.
Are you gonna read it or?
Politics with a puppet.
Not bad. There you go.
Look at Diesel Cat. Diesel Cat, let the puppet talk.
All right. Thank you for the $5.
Puppet picking his spots. You're the best, Louie. Love you, buddy.
Bob Patrice.
The Department of Homeland Security claimed this woman, quote, engaged in activities in support of Hamas, a U.S. designated terrorist group. So there you go.
Yeah, but was it in support of Hamas or was it just against Israel?
According to what Bob said, and he does pay
And I
attention.
agree that she was probably charged or investigated under that.
Right.
But in what kind of twisting of terminology? That's what I mean. The twisting of
No
legal
argument here.
terminology
No argument
for
here.
her writing a paper
And at her
disliking
college.
the decision that her university made in support of Israel counts as support of a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
That
how
type
does
of-
it count?
That
How could it?
bending of legal shit is going to be used on us.
I disagree.
That is
But go, baby, what?
no. It's true. She's a student with a visa, writing a paper with a bunch of other white kids who wrote the same paper. So that's in support of Hamas. We need 6 masked people to come there and scoop her up. And then I guess her due process said she didn't do anything wrong.
Keanu, you could argue, and trust me, you know I'm being slightly, but you could argue this woman is in support of Hamas. Who knows what she's capable
Well,
of?
then
And I'm gonna
how
tell
are
you
the
right
other
now,
kids
this-
not?
Let me finish. But seriously, who knows what she's capable of? Nothing. She's not capable of anything. But if you want to play the game the left has played, and I know that's a pivot, I'll be the first to admit, but she's capable of anything. So you scare the fuck out of her, which is what they did. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's within it's so much more within the bounds of the law than what we've seen the past 4 years. That again, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm saying let me tell you guys something you'll agree with, especially Pete. It's great being Geno. It's great living in this circus. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, after all the shit we put up with the left the past 4 years, I got no problem with it. And despite the fact that you're concerned, Jake, you're like, oh my God, I don't think they are. And maybe they are, but I can't even worry about that because we're in such a mess now. Because of the shit they did with J6, because of the shit they keep doing, because of what we're suddenly realizing. Am I wrong to say this? I don't know about you, but prior to fucking COVID, I believed 9/11 wasn't an inside job. I didn't worry about the Kennedy thing. Now it's like people with that brain question everything. Okay?
No. This is why I don't do politics, right?
I literally was looking to see if that was Elon Musk talking. Go on.
Oh, he doesn't do politics either. Populate
Go on,
the
baby.
earth.
She's great.
That's why you don't do This is why me personally, I don't do politics. But I can look at something and just look at it. Whereas just because you don't care that this happened, Geno, because
I do care.
Well,
I'm not worried about its future ramifications, baby.
Right.
Go on.
Okay, but just because you aren't doesn't mean somebody else isn't.
Agreed.
So that's why I try and take every situation one-on-one, which is why I'm
that
saying
fucking line.
well, it's true.
It is true.
It's true.
Take
See,
it line by line to be able to differentiate.
Okay, it's fine. You take everything one-on-one.
And listen, fucker, Visa, fucker,
I'm fucking her.
Populate the earth.
fucker,
Elon Musk.
fuck all of that. I'm just saying is that as a citizen, it is illegal to support a terrorist organization and for good purpose.
Of course.
They said that the law she broke was supporting a terrorist organization.
Okay.
And in action, all she did, even in an article that was clearly not for her, obviously, you agree with the language in that article. They were not sympathetic. All she did was helped write an article criticizing.
Agreed.
Criticizing Israel. So how do you not think that the absolute concrete law that should exist and should be enforced, that citizens cannot support terrorist organizations, citizens can't do that? How do you not think that with stuff like that, she got dragged into a fucking van because of that?
Yes.
Because if you support Hamas, you're capable of anything.
But her support of Hamas amounted to saying that she didn't like that her university supported.
And do you know why we know that? Because the
go.
system works and she was given due process and she was set free. But again,
they're going to push that because they already have.
I am, because I'm not saying I'm right. I'm like, this is how I'm looking at it. Again, it's great being me, but it's like the past 4 years, it was as much as, and we both agree. And let me try and say this. I think we all agree, everyone in this room, especially Louie, he pays attention, that sure, the past 50 years, you look at this now and they're all corrupt. Like when regardless of if you like Elon or not, I bet you were like this too. When he was going through Doge, like before, you're like, God, the government's corrupt. Then when it was so obvious the shit they were saying, like, God damn it, the government's corrupt. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the government got so corrupt, I'm going to say it, I hope I'm okay. They stole the election in 2020. It was stolen.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
You'll see. Okay. And once they got away with so much leading up to it, including during Trump, not defending Trump's first term. Trump, you'd be in jail, Hillary. I'm not going to put her in jail. I'm going to drain the swamp. He didn't drain the swamp. So I'll even fucking give first Vice President fucking that piece of shit. I almost said Hunter Pence. Mike Pence, not the pitcher. Like
he was on the plane too.
Who was?
Mike Pence was on the plane?
I believe that.
So was his ugly wife?
You're funny. At any rate, but once it
actually the newest progressive pope was on the plane.
Trump was like in office, he was doing so well, but not really well. The first time, I'm like, they stole the election. They got away with it. They're like, everything goes. Game on. And
great. No, that's not a way to think. If you're a leader of America. That is not the way to think.
Wait, I don't know what you're saying here.
So you're saying that they're so pissed off about like the corruption that happened?
Stop, baby. What am I saying?
Are you saying that just because of the corruption that happened during Trump's first presidency, that now that he's back in office, they could be like, game on, fuck it?
No.
That's a terrible way to be a leader.
No. That's ridiculous and idiotic. What I'm saying is they, being the left, once they stole the election from Trump, the last 4 years you saw, the last 4 years is when the left said, game on. This is easy. And they were so arrogant the way they stole one election from Trump. Like, now we just flooded immigrants and we fucking steal. And I know you're going to hate this. Elon Musk said it. I could bring him here to verify. He's like, he said it on Rogan. He's like, they wanted to make every state blue. They were flying people in. They were doing that. And they're like, and they tried to get away with so much that the last 4 years were insane. Corinne Jean-Pierre, and I know you don't like her, but you pay attention. Tell me one question she ever answered. I would argue, and I'm curious what you think, and I love this conversation because we agree on so much and disagree on so many deeper issues because you know more about it. And I'm like, it's fine with me. But I think you could take any clip of Carolyn Levitt. Anyway, just put them on a randomizer and hit play and say, now find any clip. I'll give you 3 weeks to find any clip of the past 3 years because we know Saki was first of Corinne Jean-Pierre answering a question that eloquently, that succinctly, or that upfront and honestly. You know what I mean? Like, they were so used to getting away with shit. They had that Corinne Jean-Pierre go up and say shit that was nothing with a book, uneducated. Am I wrong?
But what does that have to do with what we're talking
Nothing.
about?
It's got everything to do with what we're talking about.
Has nothing
I'm not
to do.
saying that the past 4 years weren't horrible and that they
They
fucked
were
up a lot
horrible,
of
and we
shit.
agree with that.
Of course.
So watch this. Tell me what we're talking about again. I'll explain. I thought what I just did. It's like they got so used to getting away with shit that everything's a mess now. And Donald Trump is like, stop.
Now we can get away with shit.
But in no crisis goes
Don't let any good crisis go
yeah, don't let any crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw you shit that's good and stuff that has to be done anyway, because even the elites know, this isn't sustainable. We were gonna do it just to create social confusion. But yeah, they're gonna give us some of the stuff that we want. They're gonna do all this. But if you don't see the reshuffling of power and this
I don't see the reshuffling of power, but I believe you. What am I missing?
Well, the fall of the liberal wing, at least of the plan. The liberal wing of the plan is done. But there's all the things that we said that
I don't know what that means. The liberal wing of the plan is done.
Well, like the plan commences regardless of who's in power. Like they need.
By the way, 2.5 hours.
What do you want me to do?
No, this is so good. We give this shit away for free. All right. Well, they get 7 more minutes unless they throw us a bone. Go on.
The plan of the 4 unchanging stones, let's call them the 4 stones that never get moved. There's a left-wing part of
that's the other thing. Go on.
There's a left-wing part of the plan and there's a right-wing part of the plan. They need the party and they need to be in opposition and they need to be able to turn each other's. And there is substantial difference within how those wings conduct themselves because they're half made up of people who earnestly believe in it, all of the underlings, and then half the people whose pockets are nice and dirty and who don't believe in anything except their plan. Yes, it is.
And we both agree, both sides, filthy pockets. Which is
where
we diverge, because that's why I love Trump and Musk. They have too much money to fucking steal anything and get in trouble. But go on, I'm interrupting. I do it. Go on.
And yeah, the past 4 years, that's the plan. The left part of the plan got it pretty messy, which is because it was in its final stages. Because they're getting ready for 2030 to be the celebratory year
which I know about now, thanks to my buddy Jake.
Yeah, it was getting messy because they were almost done with it, and they knew because of the backlash. The really extreme backlash, like Nazism rising again, like the Hitler edits and shit. I don't think they actually saw that coming. With just a little bit of push, people went right back to that, like it did, in the 30s. And so now, at least from what I see, the plan is still in effect. Yeah, the pendulum is swinging further because it swung further the other time to not just also because of a plan, but the laws of nature. If the pendulum is swinging a different way. But I don't see
the way Louie looks at me is just like, you're so stupid. Listen to him.
The freedom that I see
I'm listening.
The freedom, the hope in your eyes for the freedom that I know that we both want. I see it and I have it, but I don't see it in this plan at all. This got bought. It's been bought, paid for.
So you think
it's done?
So you think Trump has been bought?
It's done.
I don't know what that means.
After he got fucked in this material world, after 2020, after he got fucked.
I bought him myself.
Yeah.
You did not.
And I bought a friend.
Don't go away. Let him finish.
And it's not even just him. It's not even. He's just a part of it.
Me and many other pedophiles.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want. You're better than me anyway. Go on.
And I'm sure he.
I bought him because I needed a friend.
He did.
I disagree.
And many other people bought Trump as well.
Who else?
And even though he himself...
Who else, Franklin Medio?
I bought him. And I'm really angry that they spent
You
those
do
hot
have the
chicks
angry
to
face,
space.
the angry face.
And he's
I'm
mad because he has
mad.
the Red Diablo uniform. But okay, so anyway, Trump is broken.
The difference is the
Ooh.
Trump and I don't mean is the Trump administration isn't getting away with anything. They're following the law, trying to get the country back to where it should be post World War II. Go on, Pete. And everything that happened in the last 8 years woke people up to how bad things got over the last 70 years or so. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, America made the right choice
Yeah,
by voting for. They
I
made the
paid
right
Pete
choice
to say that.
in their hearts because they don't know the deeper fucking shits of all this. After 2020, when Trump had the election stolen, after all this shit happened, after his buddies turned on him, after all these charges got put on him, he was done. It was over. The deep state fucked him. They got him. But I think, and I'm saying this allegorically, that Trump has made a deal with the devil. They were like, do you want to live again? Do you want your glory again? And he is he has a high opinion of himself. He has a high ego.
He
He
does.
didn't want to see all that disappear because they had destroyed him. They killed Kennedy. It's, of course they could take
By the way,
Trump.
Aaron. Had to get my clanger. Go on. Yeah.
The plumber's in town. And so now this is a new Trump. This is a
Louie
new
will outlive
Trump.
Jake. Go on. Yeah.
They
This
bought
is
it.
a new Trump.
This
I agree.
is Trump's,
Which
Trump
is why it
sponsored by
breaks your heart
Pepsi.
even more that this new Trump said on day one we'd see the Elon,
Me,
not
me.
you.
It's just his
Yes,
name 80
the
times.
Elon.
I know. But we'd see the
Elon.
fucking Epstein list and we haven't.
That was
I
number
saw
one.
it, and it was wild because it included me.
You weren't on it.
Also,
Stop
look
it.
at with this You even mentioned Medicaid. What is our medical care legislation and reform talking to now be about? Just about keeping it. Now, I don't think they want to get rid of it. But now the debate is just going to be about, they're trying to get rid of it. But we want to keep it. It's not going to be about the actual things that make it fucked up for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just going to be more distraction, more circus, more bullshit while the elites who have been opposed to each other now that we know they're willing to jump ship with each other.
Without a doubt.
They're just going to reshuffle the economy amongst each other.
Jake.
I would disagree.
Jake.
Look, the buying, according to Lowe's, love your thoughts on this. You too, Elon, and to anyone else in that room. The buying of the government was done over the last 70 years. We all agree. Trump is ending that. Trump flat out said he's doing this for his grandkids and kids to fix the country and get it back to the Constitution.
Well, I'm glad that he said that.
I agree with that statement.
I
do.
And it's great that he said that. And I'm sure it was great and everybody clapped.
Yes, I clapped, and then he became even more of my friend. And it made me feel good.
Here we go.
And I believe
Also,
that Trump
fuck
wants
cancer, right?
And I believe
took away all the money for cancer research because that's what a frat bro would do.
And I believe that that's why Trump got into it. But I don't think that that's what's happening right now.
Do you think he likes me?
Unfortunately, and I don't know why.
I think he likes me, even though I'm a 6.
All right, do you understand? Like, let me explain this. Let's take a detour for 1 sec, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to share a screen. Ready? So I love conversation like this. This is what I've always liked doing, and I've always said this. I enjoy being at point A, and then point B shows up, and and I'll tell you something. I'm used to being good at what I do, but this is what people want. They're literally, and shout out to Hanky was there. They're literally watching, and
the money got.
I'm going to mute him 1 sec because it doesn't matter what they're saying. Here's what you're looking at right now. Okay, we have about 100 people watching, maybe not even anymore. Okay, this is our buddy Kevin Brennan with how many people watching? And he's great. Don't get me wrong.
17,000.
No, 728 watching. Okay, which is just again, it's not Rogan numbers, it's not anything. But while we're sitting here having spirited fun debate with friends in a room, you understand? If you don't get it, while we're losing, and don't get me wrong, I love the Tukey puppet. I do. I love that Rocco guy. This is a guy, Karmic. He's got fetal alcohol syndrome. He's an actual retard. Okay, this Potato and Puppet. They're not comedians, but they're really good because they grew up. Cardiff, I love. He grew up watching Stern and Artie. He loves Artie. He plays clips of me on Artie all the time. These are people that are watching all these comics. This is what people want to watch. They want to watch people shit on people, which again, rather than having intelligent discourse, which I think includes a lot of, I'll take that down, I'm sorry, which includes a lot of fun dick jokes, a lot of the stuff we do. They'd rather watch that. And I think this is I think this is the best thing in the world. At least I enjoy it. But I'm used to being, and it's like, I'm used to being good at what I do. And I look at these numbers and it's like, great numbers, love the fans. But after a while, you're like, why is this what's working now? You know, like, I'm not doing something right.
Because people like to be angry and chaos generates
I'm
money.
angry and cast, but I also think I'm funny and enjoyable.
You're the only one. Yeah, people just like to be angry.
You just don't miss.
That's why. What do you think Instagram functions on? It's all about people being angry. The comments. I get hundreds of likes on my comments because it's just usually something dumb, joke, but also just
It's
things
mostly
that,
you.
Yeah, and things that make people angry. Exactly.
I
Yeah,
know you're angry. I'm angry.
That's the cycle of anger, like adrenaline from anger of other people.
Anger is a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EK Legend using it as a slur and not a joke.
You have
I guess
to
you're
read.
right, EK. I'm reading.
Gene, you have to read these Rumble rants.
Oh,
okay?
thank you, babe. I'll read them right now unless you want to. Bob Van Patrice wrote.
I think there's one more before.
Oh, you did that one?
Yeah.
Let me
This
know.
one. Are you reading it?
I'm sorry. Yes, I can. No, wait, I'm not. I am now. Show me. Bob Van Patrice. The Department of Homeland Security claim. Yeah, we said that. She engaged in activities and
Just making
which
sure I
is
didn't
too much.
miss any.
Bob Van Patrice sent a link and Elon is getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. 347 billion and counting saved so far. I love that.
We will click on that link.
Which is why, and then I'll read this one from Bob. I asked Louie. I'm like, I asked Jake, and Louie was there. I'm sorry. It's like, would you rather have someone else doing this, no one doing this? And the bottom line is what I keep saying. Shouldn't even say, like, for me, it's simply that it's been so bad, so long, and even Pete said it, or I kind of agree. It's been such a shit mess for 70 years. Do whatever it takes to get us back. Like, it's literally like when you're just in a free fall. Like, if you've ever seen the first Top Gun, you just got to correct the flight before you can fucking fly again.
Clinton was the only one that ever had a surplus.
What's that?
Clinton was the only one that ever had a surplus.
No, he had a balanced budget, not a surplus.
Okay.
So we were still. I was told the same thing when I said that. But like, he balanced the budget, but we were still in a.
And
deficit.
he also jizzed on a lady. But anyway, here we go.
Calling Elon non-human is a way of justifying violence, or forget the personality or how he makes you feel. What about saving us money? Are you against? That's a fair point.
You want to talk about talking like the left? You're justifying
He's
violence
so
against it. Oh.
Yeah, Bob,
Yeah,
we
well,
love
stop
you.
talking
Okay,
like the
well,
left
it's
then.
violent to call him non-human,
All
Bob.
right.
He's autistic. He's not a fetal alcohol syndrome retard.
All right, but the right loves to fucking punch down and make fun of people. Are you kidding me?
And
It's
punch all you
violence
want.
against him.
But don't fucking say,
Yeah.
oh, it's violence.
Well, let me
against
say
it.
this and put Bob, a very good friend of ours.
I love Bob. I
know,
love Bob.
But
right.
but for you to say punch down, the left is racist. Racist.
It's the nicest
Joe
thing you can say about
Biden
him.
literally called fucking people, said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. At
I
one
don't
point, Joe
support
Biden
either
said,
side.
let me finish, because I used the word nigger and I'm a racist. But Joe Biden says, look how clean Obama is for an Indian guy or something. He's a pig. He's a
Yeah,
piece of
he's
shit.
an
And
old-
they get, let me finish. Please.
Mhm.
Because you're going to, watch this. Geno, watch this. Sit here and debate that the left isn't a bunch of racist fucking cunts.
No. He's an old fucking loser politician, Biden, and absolutely a racist. Like since back in the day.
When
they
Biden was
said that
young,
let
he gave the fucking
Right.
eulogy for the KKK Grand Wizard at one point.
I'm
I
starting to
don't like
this
that
guy.
at all.
What's that?
I don't like that at all.
No, but you're saying that they're just old men. They're all rooted in racism. They were
On
the
the
people
left
that
and not
pushed
the right.
segregation.
On the
These
left
are
and
the
not the
fucking
right.
people. Strom
Wait.
Thurmond is such a fucking self-hating white racist that he's dead now. He fucking voted for segregation all the time and fucking had a kid with a black chick.
Eugene, you only on the left and not the right.
Who's racist on the right?
Are you kidding me?
I'm asking you. I'm
No,
giving
go
you
ahead.
names.
You're
I'm
saying
giving
the
you
left is the
specifics.
racist
I'm
one.
giving you events. You're doing the fucking typical. Oh, I can't even.
I think you
I
guys are
can't
just.
even.
I think you guys.
No
are
one
just
on the
missing-
right is no one on
Name
the right
one
is
person,
racist.
Keanu. Watch this. Well, Trump supported. No, he didn't. The left made him look racist to make themselves look better. When he said,
I don't think Trump is.
Who's racist then?
His fucking supporters a lot of the time. The
Name
people,
one.
How about the religious, the mega churches? How about all of those people that he has to get the votes
Explain
of?
what she's
I
saying.
call
I'll
them
just-
racist.
This
Yeah.
all
Who?
just stemmed from the fact that what's his face
Who's
was
racist?
talking like a lefty.
Still haven't answered. Who?
It's the guy in the chat, Bob, whatever. Yeah,
We love Bob.
He was talking
He
like a
was.
lefty,
He
saying that me
was.
calling Elon Musk inhuman is
violence.
justifying violence.
Well, that's
Right,
fine.
we were just making fun of the fact that it's like, oh, it was inciting
Yeah,
violence
both of you started
against
arguing about
Elon.
God knows what.
We're still waiting for her to name one racist on the
You
the
got,
right.
you just called this a spirited debate. There's like going to be a fucking domestic abuse case in here.
Say what you want. We'll do a shot later. It's just I'm trying to help her. Look, she's a kid. She's 32.
You
and she
think
says
that the
stupid
left
things,
are the
and
racist
she's like, I take it
ones.
on a one-on-one basis, and the
I do.
woman she's like,
I'm
I take
saying-
everything on a one-on-one basis. How about everyone on the right's racist? Name
I know
one.
that. I
You
did
know
not
the
say that. I
church.
did not say that. I did not say that. I said, are you calling the left more racist than the right, or
Yes,
would there be
that's
more
a
racists
fact.
on all of
The
either
left
side?
is far more racist than the right.
All right. Well, you are well within your right to think that until somebody comes and
I can give you examples.
Scoops you
You
away.
cannot. I just told you. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You understand? Fucking the left has been every fucking party that's been pro-segregation, pro-slavery. You can look that up, okay? And then you're like, well, you can.
I don't feel safe.
Can you ask my wife
They're
to name
coming
one
to
racist
hurt
person
me.
on the right?
Bob Fan and Patrice
Nick
told me not to
Fuentes?
feel safe, and now I do not feel
Hmm?
safe
Nick
because they
Fuentes?
called me autistic.
I still don't get Nick Fuentes. I don't get him.
You've never watched
He
it?
was also
I
on the
watched
plane.
him for a while when I was still gainfully employed with Anthony. Thought I might be working with him with Gavin. I watched him, but he's nuts, right?
Well, I mean, he's a Nazi. I mean, it's just what it is.
You say like it's
Oh.
a bad thing.
Well, but I mean, it's like, I don't get it. It's like, well, he read Mein Kampf like 80 times. That's what happens when you read Mein Kampf 80 times.
I'm trying to think. I have a
I
friend.
don't feel safe.
Watch this, Elon. I can't remember. I have a friend who has like an authentic old copy of Mein Kampf. I can't remember who it is. Who is
Oh, me.
I think that man was Mitch.
I have it. I have it. I have
Caddyshack. What are you doing?
50,000
I almost wore that headband
copies.
today.
By the way, that's not for me. That's not even a Caddyshack reference. That's an Anthony Cumia reference. I've
Uh-huh.
never seen Caddyshack. I've just he's made that joke in the show.
So funny.
So for me, it's just an Anthony reference.
It's so funny.
But it's yeah. Also, who gives a shit? Oh, the left is more. This is the conversation they want. They want this bullshit, tiring, circular
I'm saying
conversation
they're all assholes.
where both of you guys are wrong and annoying.
Nick is
Instead
in
of
my Discord.
focusing on the big four.
Right. The
I don't
big
even
four.
know-
The big
I don't
four.
even understand how Discord works. What is Nick doing in my Discord?
Anyway, just
What's his last name?
Tone switch.
Gur.
and we love you, Bob Fan and Patrice. Geno,
Oh.
read the rest of these.
What? Someone. Excuse me. Send me a link.
It
Text
doesn't.
me the link on my phone to him in
Geno,
my
if
Discord.
it's your Discord, he's just making a
I
chat
don't
in
know how
it.
Discord works. Do
Right.
you
It
use
doesn't.
Discord?
There's
You're
nothing
young.
going on in
No.
Discord. Just read these.
Discord, Datcord. Elon's on the spectrum, so excuse him for being awkward, but he's the most important innovator on the planet right now, and we should count our lucky stars. I love EK. We speak that he's in our country.
Thank God he's on our side.
EK Legend. Also, do you have a problem with people with autism, Jake? Because we can have a talk about that if you want.
What the fuck does that mean? What is this guy
I don't
gonna
know.
beat me up? He's gonna
EK
Sounds
is
like
drool
a
not
on me?
beating
threat.
anyone up. We love him. He's a drunk like me. I'm
Okay.
just saying that because of a few comments he made that during Elon convo, I'm sure he meant no malice behind it. Anyway, Geno and Kiki, do a shot for the legend. Is it your birthday now, legend?
Yeah, this is what
Happy
happens.
birthday.
This is America first when you criticize their favorite immigrant.
It's a nice one.
There you go, ladies
But
and
you
gentlemen.
never. By the way, Pete, how about the several members of the go back, baby? How about the 7 members of the Democratic Party who said we need the illegals to pick our crops? Pelosi, Schumer, and Schiff.
What about that? I don't.
That's
what?
a racist statement, though, isn't
I
it?
said
Yeah,
they were
but-
all.
Yeah, but you guys started that argument out of nowhere. That was like
And it
fucking.
didn't make any sense.
That was like
Right.
a fucking neutron star that got born out of a fart.
Please, did I act like? Why would? You don't think if I knew that I would have brought it up? I don't even remember that shit. But they're terrible people.
Of course, and no, you're not gonna find any footage of me defending Pelosi or any
No,
Schumer,
who likes her?
any of these people.
What do you think of the tits on Pelosi?
I'm gonna come on them.
Love you, Louie.
Hey, babe, are we on? Are we on?
Get out.
This is,
Happy birthday,
Name one
EK.
fucking Nazi.
That's gross. Get out. For real. I'm calling HR. I cannot work under these conditions.
Hey, that ought to be great.
who the fuck else are you squeezing in this shit box,
You know
Gino?
what? I'm sure it's
That was disgusting.
Hello?
Either way, I understand what you're saying.
For my
But
apartment.
Yeah, I was excited, but that excitement died off quick.
It was exciting.
Did someone send us a delivery?
Oh my God.
The government.
You know,
No.
to this day, I still tell people I've had both George and Louie in my car. I think that's legendary. And I know we get political, but you guys are like whenever I tell people, and you guys are killing with Skankfest. Are you doing New Orleans?
I hope so. The confirmation hasn't been made, but I sure hope so. No chance, faggot.
You knock wood, you will. And I like to think, who gave you a reference for the first one?
You did. Thank you very much.
No. Watch this. Thank you for reminding me I'm still relevant, because they're like, oh, we know. Like, and I did back when it was still the Real Ass Podcast. We were talking about everyone gets it. I'm like, if you liked Otto and George, you like Jake and Louie. They're like that. Yeah, you get it. And we sit there like I was telling. Did you tell me this? No, somebody else said it, but I know you know it. Like, it's a legendary clip. Otto and George are at a show, and the guy goes, and Otto goes, hey, whatever, like marriage, like it's our 25th wedding anniversary, and he goes, you could have killed her on, and George goes, you could have killed her on your wedding night. You'd be out of jail now.
I haven't seen that. That's great. That's a good one.
I'm not even telling it right. Oh, let me check. Did someone send us something, baby, or was that just a regular?
I don't know
It's a
what that
bomb.
was.
You don't know that, Louie.
The Pope. Oh.
I guess not. Hello?
Did you see this? How do you feel about Kanye West?
He knows what he's doing.
I used to love him. Thought he was a talented artist. What the fuck is he doing? I mean, it's hard now. How can we?
Well, he hates Jews. I think he does hate Jews.
And
but
that's
I think
terrible.
when it comes to the Klan hood and the swastika, I think he knows what he's doing. He knows I don't think people like to admit that Kanye West is smarter than them, because he makes money and he's made money for 30 years. I think I think he's kind of clean too, because if he was involved in any real P. Diddy shit, I think he would have gotten caught by now.
Okay, but does that make it okay to put your daughter North, like, without permission of her mother, in a song by a convicted felon? Excuse me. Someone that's in jail for all of the fucking crimes. They won't even let him out. I loved Kanye, but like, what the fuck is he doing? And then now he's just saying, what, I blew my brother. Did you see this in his new song?
What did he jerk off to?
He said, me and his new song, Cousins. He's talking about how it's a true story of him blowing his cousin, and we didn't tell anybody about it, but now's the time to come out about it.
Oh, a little Kanye West monster rain. That's pretty good. I mean, I didn't hear that. I just heard the Nazi song.
Oh my gosh. Look, yeah, the Nazi stuff. That's what, right. Immediately you start talking about Jews and your fucking Kanye. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Goodbye.
Well, he definitely needs to take medication again. I think he's a little off his rocker. But
he's bipolar.
He also knows what he's doing. He's, this publicity he's getting, because I don't think he would have gotten it any other way.
Well, watch this. I mean, we've descended into madness with him now. Oh my God, you have to see this. This is insane. I can't believe you haven't actually. Dun, dun, dun. Let me find it.
What are we looking for?
Kanye West.
Ask him if he's seen Dolphin Lover.
No.
Heard of that?
No.
Guy fucked a dolphin. All right, look. So wait, Nick is in the...
Okay, he probably just on your Discord, and that means
yeah, but
nothing.
that's fascinating. Why isn't it like...
Who cares? Because he watches everything that anybody that ever talks about him does.
I care because he's so nuts. I don't even know my Discord. I didn't even know I had a Discord.
Look at this. You have to look at this tweet if you haven't seen it. It says, this is a Kanye West tweet, okay? This song called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Then he wrote, tweet sent. Come on.
Insane.
What's that, sir? At threes, cum is thicker than water.
Well, it could be. Sure.
Yeah, that's
What
terrible.
is he doing? Why is he doing this?
He's having a nervous breakdown, probably.
He's
He
having
has
a
a lot of
bipolar
them.
episode, I guess. But at the
Showing up
detriment
in
of
the
your life and your children, and I mean, that's a horrible thing to do. Why are you? I can't wrap my mind around it.
It's a sign of the apocalypse. I don't know, poor guy. I mean, he's obviously he's going through a lot, and I'm glad he's making money, I guess. I mean, nobody who wouldn't have already listened to him is listening to him, I guess, if his message. So
I keep confusing him with Diddy. It's like, no, Diddy's in jail, Geno. Kanye's the other one.
Diddy's in jail with Luigi, actually.
Not the same jail. You're just saying
Yes,
they're
no,
both-
They're
the
bunkmates.
actual same place.
they sing each other's songs at night to go to sleep.
They do.
I believe it.
They really
I
are.
dream a dream of time gone by.
There's no way.
They are. They're both in the same place.
No, I was actually on my, as best I can make out is my fucking what is it? Discord. I don't know why they said he's on my Discord. I don't even understand
He's
it.
probably just commenting in there because he has nothing to do.
He's probably just sending more child porn.
All right, let's
Probably.
clear up the rumble rants and get out of here, baby. I mean, my God.
Bing, bing.
By the
bing.
way, Max Load says maybe they're trying to make Kanye look nuts. Hold on, right there. Maybe they're trying to make Kanye look nuts, so when he's called to testify about Diddy, no one will believe him.
But what
Which takes us all the way back to what I said about Nick Rekieta, and I was being right, but go on.
why
no,
is that
Kanye is fucking bipolar and is making terrible decisions. It's no excuse, but he is bipolar.
But why is that the thing? So when he testifies at Diddy's trial, first of all, for or against?
Fact is,
Yeah, I
Kanye
don't
makes
know.
himself look nuts is right at some conjunction.
Yeah.
It sure the fuck is, yeah.
The last one we have here, bing, bing, bing. Here you go. Read it, Eugene.
I don't
And
see anything.
I'm showing it to you now.
Also, I thought Kanye only gets that way.
They called Trump Hitler. I love Hitler. Happy belated birthday, Hitler. And said he must be stopped at any cost. Saying Elon is non-human gives wacko people justification for trying to kill him. He is a ward and a genius. He's an award-winning genius? Whatever. I love you, though. There you go. There you go. Did I do that? All right.
I did
Yes,
it.
sir.
You did it.
He's still a creepy lizard man
I'm
who
telling
wants
you.
to assimilate man with machine.
You
Yep.
can say what you want about that, and that's fine. I can't wait to watch The Accountant 2. But again, I love what's going on, and I don't take people on a one-on-one basis. I'm just a good person.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
No, let me tell you, anyone that knows me, I'm the nicest guy in the world to everyone until I'm not. And you could sit there and be like, oh my God, you could say Geno's a racist. I'm not. You could sit there and be like, oh my God, so-and-so's a racist because of this and that, and never use specifics. I know people that are racist. I've seen racist behavior. I say faggot on stage, and I can still see the face of the guy that when I called him fucking faggot, he screamed, I'm not a faggot. I'm like, this guy hates gay people. That's when you know. But you can use words any way you want and be like, and think you're so fancy. Well, I take one on one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. You're either a good person or you're not.
I'm not trying to be
we're all
fancy.
good people here, but don't use fancy words to protect pieces of shit, okay?
What fancy
People are
words?
pieces of shit.
What
Okay.
fancy words did anyone use?
Just fancy phrases.
I'll just say this to you, Gene.
Fancy phrases.
I'm going to remind you of a very important poem. At first, they came for the socialists, and I didn't say anything because honestly, that was pretty cool.
I don't even remember this poem. That's the whole thing.
You don't remember the thing that I'm referencing?
And then they came for me. I know
Yeah.
that.
What I'm saying is, it's not even just I didn't say anything. It's like, no, it was pretty cool. They got rid of the socialists. That was pretty great.
Let me tell you. A lot of shit, and no one came back for me. And no one fucking said, wow, we were wrong. And none of
course
the
not.
fucking pieces of shit, cock-sucking cunt faggots that fucking played along with the COVID shit are coming back to be like, Geno was right. Dino Badaya is popping up with just ridiculous. He was the one that said, when I was sending out free stickers that said COVID's a flu with a better publicist, when I was sending them people, when I was sending fucking, I will say it, souvenir vaccine cards saying, you can fill these in, but you're going to go to jail. Don't do it because they'll check. And I was being sarcastic because I knew it was a lie. All the shit I did, I will say it, all the lives I saved, all the fucking people I allowed to hang out with their fucking grandparents when the fucking world that doesn't take things on a one-on-one basis, fucking all the shit I did, no one came back for me. So I'm not worried about fucking what's going to happen when they come for me because I've already fucking lived my fucking penance. I've done what I can and I'll do it again. But I'm not worried about me like, oh my God, this fucking fat cunt Hajib who thinks she can talk fucking sassy while she's trying to move into this country. And it's a fucking thing when fucking people spent 4 years in jail for 9/11, which we all agree is a cover-up.
9/11?
So when they come for me, I'll be like, right here.
I don't even mean that. I just meant something that you don't like and start out with something you do like. I wasn't even that deep.
Butt sex.
Yeah, sure. Anything.
There you go. Anyway, the name Jake and Louie. Where are you going to be?
What is it? To Tuesday?
On Thursday. Dangerfields? Never mind.
Yeah. On Thursday, I'm going to be at the West Side Comedy Club at 7:30 p.m. If you're in New York.
West Side?
Yes.
How do you like that place?
It's it's a room.
It really.
That's all you can say about any comedy club. It's as good as the comics on the stage.
I always felt like it was a bunch of wealthy people that just wanted to say they went to a comedy show but don't really pay attention.
Unfortunately, that's a lot of places.
Yeah, you're right. Go on. Sorry.
And then just go to @Jake and Louie on Instagram. There's a lot of Canada for like a month and a half in the summer. So if you live in Canada,
you love the Canadians.
Well, they like me.
They as they should. You do a lot of the what's it called? Chuckle Huts.
The yuck yucks. Yeah.
Chuckle Hut. There you go. All right, we got everything, babe.
We are all caught up.
That is a fun. And by the way, tomorrow, if you're still here, I want to hear shit. Tomorrow, what time are we doing the show tomorrow?
Noon.
Tomorrow, especially in hot water at noon.
1. Sorry.
Well, me and you can start it at noon because I'm leaving at 2 no matter what, and I don't want Sheba giving me shit.
Okay.
All right, but we'll go from 12 to 2. I mean, look at this. This is 3 hours. We've given them 5.5, 6 hours in the past few days.
That's right.
We're not doing a locals live on. All right, thank you so much. Jake, Louie, thank you so much. Dance us off, everybody.
Thank you.